But shit, I needed the vent, bro. I've been holding that shit since yesterday.
Mic check.
God damn. Shit went down the wrong damn. Yo, shout out to the NBA with all of these retro courts. Did you see the Charlotte Hornet one?
Yes.
The colorful inside the fucking 3-point line shit?
Yes, that was beautiful.
It's dope.
Them uniforms they had on was nice too.
Yep. Because it was like the throwback, but new.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then even the New Jersey, or not the New Jersey Nets, but the Brooklyn Nets, the court that they have today, and the Jersey, yes, that was the J Kidd. Yep. The championship. Our Jefferson, Kerry Kittles. Yep. Kenyon Martin.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Is that squad?
I love them squads.
You know what I'm saying?
Derek Coleman was there. I didn't like them uniforms as much, but I like Derek Coleman. Derek Coleman and Billy Owens was two of my favorites.
Kenny Anderson. You know, that's one of the most forgotten dynamic duos of the NBA.
Who was that?
Kenny Anderson and Derek Coleman.
Yeah.
Two lefties too? How many?
That's beautiful.
Exactly. Bro, lefties are just that much more awkward to guard. How many times have we seen a dynamic duo that were both lefties?
I'm trying to think. I can't think of it.
I can't think. Not the two best players being lefties.
Good rip. This one empty. Okay. Good rip.
And my phone running out of power. Damn.
It's a rough day.
It is, man. It is. The market was shit. Yeah, it was fucking bad. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? It's been shit the last day.
Ken, you been letting me down with that too, man. I got
one
tip from Ken,
and that was it.
And I'm losing my shirt in the one he gave me, which was the wish.
Oh, yeah, me too. I'm still in it, bro.
Hey, but he was definite. It wasn't maybe you need to. It was hey, do it now.
Yeah.
So that's exactly what I did.
I'm holding.
I jumped on it.
So, Ken, before we officially get into into the show, and I understand what is like 15 maybe 15 games now in the season. What is this saying about Steph Curry and the Golden State Warriors?
I've been trying to figure that out myself. To be 15 they lost. They have 2 losses now, but
13-2, I think it is.
13-2
or 14-2 now.
14-2 without Clay. You're beating quality opponents. And it's just a bunch of dudes out there in Draymond. It says a lot about I would say about Curry and Kerr.
Yep. Oh, okay. So now, now you coming around.
Look, man, this is impressive. Yeah, this is impressive. I don't know what happened last year. That's weird. I know Steph got hurt.
Yep.
And that impacted how they finished down the stretch.
And Draymond was coming back from injury.
Yeah, they were just trying to figure it out too. You trying to work Wiseman in there.
You know, because Wiseman, a bunch of young guys that don't know how to, a bunch of guys that really didn't know how to play Warrior style basketball. So I did see a lot of that, but I think he's definitely solidified himself as one of the premier all-time
greats,
top 5, top 10 greats.
Yeah, 100%.
He's definitely,
especially if he solidifies it with a championship. And I'm glad you brought up Kerr, because I think what this says about Steve Kerr, and when I watch the Warriors, the thing that excites me the most is not even the offense. It's the defense. How connected this team is defensively. Like, I'm talking about everybody is literally on the same wavelength. They know, okay, I'm gonna go double here. I gotta come shade. I know this guy got my back. There is the most ultimate level of trust defensively that I've seen in a very long time. And then here's the other crazy part, Ken, and again, why I'm adding to the resume of Steve Kerr. It's not the first time that they've played ball like this. You know what I'm saying? So this is not like, oh, this is just new and they figured out a defensive scheme. They hired Tom Thibodeau and all of a sudden we got defense court. No. Steve Kerr has had the pulse of this team from the moment that he got there. And again, and you remember I always say, Ken, I give Mark Jackson mad props because they wouldn't be this without Mark Jackson. But Steve Kerr took it over the top, and we're seeing how and why. And obviously Steph got a lot to do with it. You shit.
Yeah.
You did you see what the man stat line? 37 points, 12 out of 19.
That's ridiculous.
From a guy that shoots from 50 feet.
And like I said, I think he got confidence in his teammates.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm talking about down the line. And like we talked about last week, those young guys are stepping in there and they're playing pivotal roles, even if it's only for 10 minutes, 15 minutes a game. They getting it in. So you got to give them their props for that.
Yeah. I just realized this was against KD. But no, I think what he's doing this year is very LeBron-like because it's just one superstar on the team on the court, and he's making all of this go. Mm-hmm. Like we've seen that with LeBron and of course MJ and certain guys that are on that level that can actually carry a team like you are, and it's just beautiful to watch, man. To see that. At one point in time, you could say, "Oh, he had KD, he had Clay, and he had Draymond." Now it's like, nah, bro, he just got Draymond.
He got Jordan Poole.
Yeah, Damian Lee, and Belicio, whatever. Like, nah, it's just him, bro. Like he's the catalyst.
Yep.
So yeah. Salute to this brother, man.
Yep, 100%.
Yeah, they brought in some good pieces. They got Otto Porter coming out the bench. Who forget about Otto Porter. He was a good player.
A decent 3-and-D guy, better 3
Those
than
guys had
D.
to learn how to win, and I think that was the other
that too.
thing.
Yeah,
that too. Wiggins came from a losing organization. Porter, losing organization. A lot of those guys they didn't know how to play winning basketball, and I think maybe that was last year. It's like. There's trust. There's moving the ball. There's this. There's a lot that goes into it. So,
Ken, there's one more entity that we have to give props for this entire thing and how it looks and how it's operating right now. The organization, the moves that they make. I can't say light years, but they are definitely ahead of the game. When you look at the moves that they make and how they've been able to retool and maintain the dynasty. Let's be honest. The only year that they have not been a dynasty since the Splash Brothers were the Splash Brothers was literally last year. Because the year before, when did Clay go down with all of the injuries when KD went down? 2 years ago? Yeah. Okay, so when KD and Clay both got hurt, that was a pause in the dynasty because okay, well shit, like
injuries,
injuries. But you can't tell me that this team don't look like that looks like a dynasty right now. And the reason why I'm so confident in saying that, even if Clay does not come back at 100%, Steph is 100%. Them boys is 13-2. And you know what I'm saying?
This is a title team?
Oh yeah. Yes. I said it a week ago. And I'm 100% honest with that.
Like you said, they're the most complete team in the league right now.
Most complete team. And then they're not even at full strength. That's the scary part. Because you get a Wiseman back. You get a Klay Thompson back. That's a problem because both of those guys can ingratiate themselves. Wiseman is going to be more difficult because he has not established a role on the team yet. Klay know what I'm going to shoot the damn ball. You pass it to me, it's going up.
Correct.
Klay know what to do. Defensively, I think he's going to struggle. But look at how they're playing.
I still don't think so, FIFA. I really just think he's going to fall in line. I feel that way. I feel confident in him. Even though he's been out for this long, I think he's going to fit right in line with what they're doing. The only thing, and another thing about what you said is 100% true. They're not going to disrupt the flow when they come in. These two that they're missing, they're not pieces that are going to come and disrupt what they're trying to do, where they're trying to fit him in. Kind of like how the Lakers are trying to fit Russ in there. They're trying to fit, they're trying to make it work. This team is not going to have to try to make it work. It's going to be a well-oiled machine. You just got one more. That's just less rest for your starters because you got to figure out how you're going to guard all these dudes.
100%. Because the shots are going to be there. The shots for Klay are built in right now. Like Klay don't have to do nothing different. Now, Shelton, where I do disagree is only because of the injuries. I don't know physically the lateral quickness that Clay is gonna have. So while I think mentally he's connected. Defensively, he's gonna know, okay, I can help here, and guy got my back. I'm not worried about positioning. I'm worried about the literal lateral quickness, because Clay was the guy to guard the John Morants, to guard the Steph Curry, not Steph Curry's, but the dominant perimeter guy, Kyrie Irving. You know, I don't know if physically he is up to that. Mentally, yeah, like he'll know where to be and all of that. But I just don't know if he's gonna be the same guy defensively. Now Wiseman, I don't think it's gonna be disruptive, but it's. I think Wiseman is the question mark, because again he has not figured out what optimal efficiency is for him in this offense with with the full complement of everybody. So to me, that's the one that's gonna feel a little okay, but I think he understands, just as a basketball player. You're sitting back and you're watching this. I think you have to understand, well, shit, Steph gonna eat first and second.
Yeah.
When Clay get back, Clay gonna get his shots. If I guard my guy, I get rebounds and I get blocks, I can average 20 because you can't stop the guys out here. So I can eat down here on putbacks. I can eat down here on offensive rebounds.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I think that we just got to see what it looked like.
Yeah, I can't wait to see it. I can't, because if it's rolling like this, I just can't wait to see those guys get back on. We'll see sooner or later. I think they'll both be back before Christmas, which would be perfect timing to get you rolling into the holidays and into the second half of the season. And they're gonna be a force to reckon with. As long as they can prevent injuries to the major factors, they got enough. And that's what I meant by Otto Porter being an important piece. He would be a starter on some other team, 100%. Whereas here, he's the 8th or 9th guy, and he's coming in. So the drop off from him and Wiggins is nothing really, hardly. It just depends on that day. And Wiggins has showed up in a couple of these games. He scored 38 in one of these games. So you got players.
I think.
Yep.
Yeah. And so you got these pieces that can, we know what Poole can do. So imagine Poole doing that behind Clay. You see what I'm saying? So if anybody has an off night, somebody in there can step up. Draymond is the glue that holds this stick together. So you got everything you need.
Guys now though.
Who was the other one?
Iggy.
Oh, I forgot about Iggy. I'm sorry.
Because now we're starting to see Iggy's old man game, and Iggy's just a smaller Draymond. I'm gonna come out here, push the ball. I'm gonna play defense. I'm gonna get rebounds. I'm gonna make the tough pass. I'm gonna hit the clutch shot. I might have went 1 for 5, but shit, it's 2 minutes left.
10 assists. He got 10 assists in one game.
Four steals one game.
But it's crazy how much better he looks here than he did in Miami. He looked refreshed. Looked like a whole nother player.
Yeah, it's comfortable.
And the way the team plays fits his skill set.
Yep, correct. Speaking of back home, we'll get to that in a minute. Speaking of back home and fitting back where we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that. Let me read a couple of these super chats.
Well, let me intro the show.
Oh, intro. I'm sorry.
This was the pre-show, man. We gave him a good pre-show.
Woo! I was about to. You talk about back home. I almost lost it just now for a second.
This is the place where sports opinions collide. Dead in Sports. I'm your host, Kenneth B. Joining me on the show, we got Shelton J.
What's good, man? How you doing?
Good. And FIFO 24/7.
FIFO Bloodbath. What it do?
And Manny was on, and then he dropped off. So I think he may have thought we were doing a review because we were wrapping up a review before we started. So I don't know if Q's going to be with us tonight, but we're here. Yep. And, we're definitely going to recap the NFL and hit maybe a couple of basketball topics before we get out of here. But yeah, make sure you guys, if you're coming across this for the first time, you like what you hear, become a subscriber. If you love what you hear, become a member. 2 levels. Pick the one that's most comfortable for you. It definitely we won't be here without you guys. Without all the subscribers, without all the members, and without everybody else, man, just showing up, man, hitting the like button and sharing the show. We appreciate all of that. And you guys keep us going. It feels like we definitely do the show with you guys as well. So every Tuesday, every Thursday at 9:30 p.m. Unfortunately, this Thursday there would not be a Thursday night show. And nor will there be one next week because it's Thanksgiving week. Yep. So, but, the normal thing is every Tuesday, Thursday. Man, we'll be back in 2 weeks. To keep this ball rolling. Yeah, on Thursday. We'll be here Tuesday, though. You do get a Tuesday show next week.
Yes, sir.
Yep. So we thank you guys for joining us. This Black live sports talk show on YouTube. It's nothing like it, man. It's nothing like it.
Yes, sir.
So anyway, so yeah, we got some super chats. I'll get to those, but you know how we always start off. We start off with the fantasy.
Mm-hmm.
It's a wrap for me, bro.
I'm holding out hope, FIFO. I'm treading water, baby.
Well, let me say something about
And,
Ken. While we talking about Ken, I'm wearing this chain with a trophy on it for a reason.
Why?
Because you played me this week.
I saw it.
Did you see the results?
Yeah, he caught me on a bad week. It's the only time
he saw the result.
It's the only time.
And then what's crazy is I was looking at the projections.
Yeah,
the projected you supposed to smash me.
See what I mean? Yeah.
And then my first player was I had Le'Veon Bell in my starting lineup. Le'Veon rushed 3 times for 1 yard, and that was the end of his career.
Yeah, I didn't even know I was playing you until today, and I looked at my phone, and I was like, oh, 70-some points. That's all I got. And I was worried because the only time my phone went off was when Herbert threw a touchdown to somebody, Eckler. And I was like, oh, that's weird. That's the only notification I got all day. I was like, oh, man. So I already knew. I was like, damn, well, I lost this week.
Yeah.
I didn't know I lost to him, of all people.
Yes.
So, but, you got it. You got it. Hey, every dog has his day. And, but I still like, we still put up, we score. I don't know. I don't know what's up with this thing.
Man, it was horrible for me.
When I get in the playoffs, I'm winning it all.
I ain't getting in no damn playoffs. Russell Wilson came back, but
did he come back or was he? Man. He was out there, but I ain't know. He didn't play. Nothing. He don't know yet. He don't know he back.
No, he played. He didn't do nothing.
That's what I'm saying. He don't know he back yet.
And DK ain't do nothing either.
DK didn't do nothing, man.
I'll put it to you like this. I had Cleveland's defense for whatever reason. So they gave me negative points.
Wow.
The Seahawks kicker gave me no points. Like I said, DK and Russell didn't barely give me anything. If it wasn't for Debo and Zeke, this would have been even uglier because I lost by 14 points.
I think I lost by 16 or 14.
Man, I had Kerry Kittles that last day. That's what kind of saved me with you.
I put it to you like this: Trevor Lawrence scored more than Russell Wilson this week for me.
Oh wow! And Trevor ain't doing nothing.
He ain't do nothing. He had 11. Russell Wilson has 7 points. DK didn't even make 3 points.
Man, I lost to B in fantasy basketball. It came down to the last day, so I lost to him. So I'm like, God dang! So I lost to everybody on the stage.
Yeah,
except I beat FIFO.
Yeah,
but I done lost to Nick. I done lost to Shelton. I done lost to B twice. Shit.
Yeah, you know what? My team was good pre-injury.
Yeah, no, you got a good team,
bro. Clyde Edwards-Helaire is still out. Russell Wilson been out for like 3-4 weeks. Like it's been bad. It's been bad for me in terms of injuries.
I had Matt Jones on the bench for me, which killed me with Ken. I was scared because he had 27 points. Aaron Rodgers only scored 12 points, and I had Devontae Adams didn't do anything. He had like 8 points. CeeDee Lamb had 23. Kansas City kicker had,
Wait, how the fuck you beat me then?
Harrison Buckner.
Well, my team didn't do shit.
Buckner had 12. Points. Waddle had 6. Kerry Kittle had 12. So I had players that were decent.
Yeah, mine and like we averaged like 100 points a game.
You were projected to score 121 points in this game. Projected. None of your players showed up. But then you had a bunch of well, I ain't gonna tell you how to. Well, I'll tell you how to. What I saw that kind of made me feel good. You had 3 Chargers in your lineup, and the Chargers didn't play knockout football. So in saying that kind of is what.
Well, I need a tight end. I don't have a fucking tight end, so I just put Cook in there because Mo Alley Cox was a tight end that I had, but they're running the ball so much that he don't get those red zone targets that he was getting earlier on when I was starting him.
Then James Conner got behind with Arizona, and you had Arizona's defense. So them 2 things hurt.
Yeah, it's all good.
Dalvin Cook played well.
I know. Nobody plays. Well, I don't know. I won't say they don't play well together because, like I said, we average around 100 points a week, but they haven't really I'm telling you, man, if they start syncing together, it's gonna be a wrap. It's gonna be a wrap for y'all. I'm telling y'all. Y'all better hope I don't get in the playoffs. But anyway, so there we go, man. So who's let me pull it up. Let's see who's leading the league so far. See if Nick holding on.
Nah, Nick is not in the lead anymore, I don't think.
He his team acting like the Rams now.
Yeah, he in third place.
Damn, he are acting like the Rams. Ooh, he's 6-4.
Tavares is leading the league right now.
Shout out to Tavares. Go ahead, bro. 8-2.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he beat me. I think he beat me.
Yeah,
I think he beat me.
He barely beat me, but he did beat me.
Damn, ATL Dynasty. Yeah, Kyle. I think I beat Kyle, but yeah, dang, Nick, what's going on, player?
No,
Yeah, Nick is done. Yeah.
Don't matter. He was still talking all that shit.
Well, you know he's always gonna talk shit.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah,
what
Dang.
he was Derrick Henry.
He done lost 2 in a row, man. Oh man, he was rolling.
Derrick Henry,
wrap,
and
man.
he
He
played
was
me this week,
rolling.
so we're gonna try to make that 3 get me to 500. No, get me to 5 and 6.
Yeah, I'm just here for people to score points on.
Yeah.
That's what I am.
All right, well, let's jump into some NFL topics.
Scrap all that Nick got because we starting right here, Ken.
Where
Your homeboy Baker Mayfield. What you got to say about the $40 million quarterback,
Man,
bro?
listen, man.
what happened?
What do you mean? What happened?
I'm owed a lot of apologies, but the Baker one is huge too. We're gonna talk about that. Baker played like Baker.
What happened?
Did
The
you
Browns
not see
played like the
score?
Browns.
Ken. Hold on, because I got the defense.
Well, let me say this: the game started 7-0. That was your
Mm-hmm.
highlight. That first drive, even though Baker almost threw a pick on that first drive, that was your game. If you turned it off there, you've been fine with Baker, even though that was mostly running the ball. But 45 unanswered points.
He got benched.
No, he hurt his leg. So to
Oh,
speak,
so why are we talking about Baker then?
at the end of the third quarter, which the game was over at
Yeah,
that
the
point.
game was already over.
It was done.
Yeah,
Baker-
I thought he got benched.
Ken.
I mean, he did in a sense.
Let me tell you this. Case Keenum.
Don't even say it.
In a quarter, threw more yards than Baker Mayfield did.
They
in
pulled
3.
back. They weren't even trying to play anymore. They were up so big.
Ken.
Oh, you talking about
The defense.
the defense?
Ken. No, look.
It's Belichick, bro.
It's Baker.
It's Belichick.
It's Baker, bro.
Whoa. Didn't Belichick stymie Tom Brady? Didn't he almost beat Brady this year? He had Brady out there looking lost. What do you think he's going to do to fucking Baker Mayfield?
It's Baker.
What do you think he's going to do to Baker Mayfield if he could do that to
What he did.
everybody's goal?
45-7.
What he
Are
did?
we surprised?
Yes.
It's fucking Bill Belichick. How about we give
Baker Mayfield?
No,
you're spouting out the wrong name. You're casting blame on the wrong entity here.
Mhm. Baker got beat by Colt McCoy too. So who was that?
Who the fuck is Colt McCoy?
Exactly.
Thank you.
Tennessee
Nobody
quarterback
care about
from
him.
30 years ago.
Nobody
Yeah.
care about him.
Correct.
Exactly. And
Correct.
Ken,
I think they got bigger problems.
who? Cleveland?
I think Landry upset OBJ gone. He
Of
came
course.
out and
That's
said
his homie.
that
But that's
there
his
might be
homie.
some issues going on in that locker room, man.
You know what the issue is?
It's not Baker, man.
It's Baker
Baker
Mayfield.
Mayfield.
It's fucking Belichick.
It starts
Bro,
with
no.
it starts at the
No.
head.
Belichick
No.
fucked him up.
No.
Starts at the head, bro.
Can I look, man? I watched a good part of that game, and Baker just don't have it. Baker doesn't have it.
That's fine. Bill Belichick also slowed down Justin Herbert. What do y'all think he's gonna? And Justin Herbert's better than Baker Mayfield. What you think he's gonna do to Baker Mayfield?
But Ken, look. Here's the thing. I'm anticipating Bill Belichick to stymie and to make things confusing, and you're not gonna play your best football
But to
again.
shut him out,
7-45.
You said he wasn't shut out.
To 40.
I don't even count that first touchdown. I ain't, like I said, he threw a pick to play before it was dropped.
We gotta pick one. Either he was shut out, or he wasn't shut out.
It's 45-7, but he was shut completely down.
He scored.
Okay,
But
thank you.
But they gave up 45 straight.
And like I said,
Who
the
gave
game
up
was
45
over.
straight?
The damn Cleveland Browns that is led by Baker Mayfield.
Defense.
No, Ken,
He
when,
threw a
when
pick
we
the
talk
next
about
series.
football teams, we talk about who the leader is, and 98% of the time, it's a quarterback. Every now and again, you might have a stud linebacker or safety or somebody that just outside of the quarterback that galvanizes the team. But by and large, it's the quarterback. And when your quarterback plays how Baker plays,
You know
you don't wait, and I ain't done. You don't go into that field confident that you can beat whoever.
Mhm.
Even though Belichick stymied Justin Herbert, stymied Tom Brady. I guarantee you, both of them teams before that game was like, "Oh, we gonna win this."
Yeah.
And even throughout that team, until the fat lady sung, they felt that they had an opportunity. Ken,
Correct.
you don't have no opportunity with Baker, and it will be the worst albatross of a contract to franchise this guy, to pay him anything near what the average salary is for. You gotta let the man walk.
Correct.
You gotta let him walk.
The Browns haven't won in New England since 1992.
Baker Mayfield was 11 for 21 for 73 yards.
1992.
73
Bill Belichick
yards.
No,
I'm telling y'all,
20
You could have threw
attempts
more
for
than
70
73 yards.
Bill Belichick, bro.
No.
Y'all know he
no,
does
no,
this.
no,
Why
no.
we acting like he don't do this?
Not like
73
that.
yards?
Not like that.
Yes, he does.
73 yards.
But it shouldn't be. So okay, Ken. So what you're telling me is, as an organization, you feel confident in paying Baker.
I'm telling you that Tom Brady, the great Tom Brady, only had 269 yards against Bill Belichick.
But you know what, though, Ken? I would give Baker so much more credit and respect if he had 200 yards.
He got hurt.
Sam Darnold had 172 yards.
He got hurt.
Ken. That man Baker Mayfield is. Look, I'm not calling him trash because he's not trash. And quarterback is by far the hardest position to play in all of sports. All of sports. Harder than pitcher, harder than swimming, harder than any individual. Quarterback is by far the hardest position. With all that being said, Ken, Baker is borderline a backup. His talent is better than a backup, so that's why he's not a backup. But he's not that. Ken, I'm being honest when I mention this name. When I mention this name and you look at the career trajectory, where he was drafted, all of this and all of that, he had more success than Baker early on. Mark Sanchez.
That's close. Like I said, that's the best comparison to Baker that you're going to find.
Mark Sanchez has a little, okay, maybe a little pizzazz, maybe a little, but then when you put it out there, what the fuck is that?
Mm-hmm.
Nobody said anything when Baker had a good week last week, but that's okay.
Correct.
Okay.
Because it ain't much to mention.
One out of 2. One out of 8.
Yeah.
The only person, there's only been one quarterback that's had a good game against the Patriots this year. That was Dak Prescott.
Jamie's had a good game.
No, he did.
They won 28-13. Jamie's had 2 touchdowns, no interceptions.
That's not a good game.
It's better than Baker.
What's a good game?
It's not a good game.
It's better than Baker.
Winning the game?
Because Brady had 200-some yards, but he didn't have any touchdowns. That's not good.
Better than Baker. 73 yards. Man, come man.
Hey, man, shit happens. This is the NFL.
What's Peyton and Eli youngest brother, Arch Manning? Arch Manning could have came in there and threw more than 70 yards, bro, right now, out of high school.
Mm-hmm.
Russell Wilson had 161. We ain't talking about him.
161, still better than 73.
From injury, he was gone like 3-4 weeks.
I see what it is.
Oh, no.
I see what it is.
Consistently throughout the season, who has been a better quarterback? Russell Wilson or Baker Mayfield?
Russ a better quarterback.
Thank you.
You can't pay that man.
Yeah, you can.
No, you can't.
Y'all ain't like Mac Jones even balled out.
Mac Jones looked better than Baker.
I like Mac Jones, though.
He really did ball out, though, Ken.
I do like him, though.
He balled out because he did everything that he needed to do. He's completing passes on third downs. He's throwing them touchdown passes when they needed. He managed and led that team to victory.
If Baker Mayfield had 198 yards and 3 touchdowns, ain't no way in hell you would be saying that shit.
100%.
Shelton wouldn't be saying that.
What now?
If Baker had the same numbers, the same type of performance, you would not be saying those words about Baker, the same words you said about Mac Jones.
Yeah, I would. Managing the game. But once again, my issue with Baker is not – Baker will give you a good game every now and again. My thing is Baker's not going to win you any games. He's not winning any games. No. The times that Baker plays well, everything goes well. So it's easier. He plays downhill.
So you're saying when Baker plays well, the team wins?
Yeah, because the team is already playing well. Everybody's already doing. Them running backs are going. It's easy at that point.
Exactly. They're not winning because of Baker. They win in spite of Baker.
Correct.
And that's you can't pay no quarterback in this NFL league $40 million a year for a guy that can't get you 2 to 5 wins a season, bro. Because
Jameis had 128 yards and 2 touchdowns.
2 touchdowns. That's all they need to do. Win the game.
Next topic.
Win the game. Them 2 touchdowns. Them 2 touchdowns won the game. 73 yards.
60 yards more. If Baker had, what I'm saying is this doesn't seem consistent. You said he had a good game. and I run the numbers off, and they're like, well, he won the game. If Baker had those same numbers, I would be hearing a different.
If he won the game. If Baker had 150
You would
yards,
be saying
2 touchdowns, and won the game, I'd be like, well, shit, he did what he had to do.
No, you wouldn't. You would be like, he had 128 yards, 2 touchdowns. He's not worth $40 million.
I would have still said he's not worth 40.
All right.
I would have still said, but Ken, Baker, come on, man. And you know I'll be kicking people prematurely out the league, but then he don't look like he belongs.
Yeah, it depends
especially after this game.
It depends on the context of the game, because I'll take that. Like I said, if you watch that game, sometimes you're not going to throw for 300 yards because you don't have to. You don't have to throw for 300 and win. You just got to, like I said, that Mac Jones game, if you watch that game, because I watched it, Mac Jones was balling. He was balling, completing passes on third down.
Carson Wentz had 180 yards, and he won. Was that a good game?
That game was kind of
Jonathan
funny
Taylor was
he's not consistent.
Because it's not about the yards. I'm talking about the game. You got to talk about the game.
The game.
We can't look at the stats and say this is it. That's
exactly. Shelton. We were all witness to this particular game.
Mm-hmm.
Arizona versus Green Bay in Arizona.
Correct.
Green Bay had 11 missing starters. Aaron Rodgers went in there. He didn't light it up. I think he barely threw for 200 yards. Masterful game.
Correct. Aaron Rodgers.
I
understand what you're trying to say.
No.
That's it.
I'm not saying Baker and Aaron Rodgers in the same.
I know you're not saying that, but
what I'm saying is, and Shelton's
you're throwing. You guys are throwing yards at me, but then when I throw comparable yards at you, then all of a sudden
we were saying he didn't. 73 yards is still despicable, regardless of how.
You know what? No.
That's despicable. That's why we brought it up.
And 128 is better?
No.
If you got 2 touchdowns, yes.
It's not even a 73.
Come on, y'all.
It's 73 on 27 attempts.
Let's look at
it's on damn near 30 times. You didn't even get 100 yards in the
I tell you.
How is that an NFL quarterback?
I'll tell you where it's better. Let me see.
Bro.
I'll tell you what is better. I guess we can do this one next if y'all want to, but Jimmy Garoppolo last night was 15 for 19 for 182 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. Masterful game by the 49ers as a whole. So all that
Offense,
Shanahan
defense,
talk,
all that.
yeah, everything. He didn't have to throw, but he didn't have to throw for a lot. They ran it down the throat. They ran it 43 times.
See,
but again, every time they needed him to complete a pass, he completed that pass.
He made inconsistent points.
What's inconsistent
from you? Because that's a masterful game by him because they won. But yet, and you also said that, the team played well.
Yes.
But when the team played well, Baker doesn't get credit for having a masterful game if he has similar stats. We got to pick which one it is.
No.
If Baker had that same performance, y'all would be saying, but that's Nick Chubb and that's Kareem Hunt and that's everybody else.
Week 1 against Kansas City, I gave Baker his props. He went up and down that field, made the plays that he needed to make.
Even though he cost him the game at the end by throwing an interception.
That's what I'm about to say. Even though in the end he couldn't elevate, but he was in the game. He did what they needed to do when they needed for him to do it. It's not always all about the numbers, but the context of the game. And the thing is, Ken, when I look at, especially this last game, Baker was inefficient, and I get a lot of that is Belichick. Belichick is the guy, right? So I'm factoring that in. But there's no way that you damn near throw 30 times in 3 quarters and wind up with 70 damn yards.
Mm-hmm.
Ken, that's incomprehensible of a starting quarterback in the NFL. I don't give a damn who you go. You could go against the 73 damn Steelers, bro. I can't pay you $40 million for that.
Well, it's actually going right. You're going to have to pay him. What's next? What are we going to talk about next?
You better drive somebody.
Let me do some of these super chats real quick.
It ain't going to be better.
Because we got them in. I'm going to get y'all super chats in. Hey, super chats, show love, man. We appreciate the love. Keep it going. Adrian Wells, what's happening? Adrian always start us out good. Adrian said, hey, family, happy Tuesday. All I want to say is, how about them Cowboys? Hey, you right about that
one.
We're
waiting on this one, bro.
Hey, them Chiefs next on the list. 35-21 Cowboys. I hear you on that.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to them Titans, though. Hopefully King Henry come back soon.
I don't know how they doing it, bro.
The Titans?
I just don't know how they doing it,
and they have the easiest remaining schedule in the left, and they win it all.
It's smoke and mirrors. This shit is fucking insane.
You got to give Vrabel.
They're going to get their ass whooped when they get to the playoffs.
More than like, especially without their Henry.
Yeah, this is because every time I look up, they find a way to win a game.
They do.
It's incredible.
That's coaching, though.
Mm-hmm.
That's
I guess so.
Yeah.
I was wrong about that one.
Yep. But yeah, we'll get to them Cowboys in 1 second because that was Believable. That was awesome from top to bottom. We the boys. Seahawks are 3-6. They have no first round pick. Is this Russ last season with the Seahawks? I would not be surprised if it ain't. We the boys. I mean, if it is not his last season, because I think he would be better suited somewhere else where he can get some help. It's time to go. Go somewhere where you appreciate it and where you can win it all.
They definitely mismanaged their roster when it came to Russ.
They did. And you know what? Slight mismanage, but I think their biggest indictment was talent evaluation.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's not like they didn't have picks. It's not like they didn't know what the hell they needed to address, and they addressed them. They just picked the wrong people in those spots.
Yeah.
And draft picks hurt, especially when you don't hit. Now you got to trade future draft picks and people to shore certain things up. It limits you, and it doesn't provide Russell Wilson the best template to win. And the reason being is when you pay a quarterback, that man takes up a very large percentage of that salary cap. So the only way to truly be competitive and have a sustaining type of vision for that squad, you got to add young, talented players. When you look at the Bengals, how in the hell can you not have drafted at least 2 of those wide receivers? You know what I'm saying? When you look at some of these up-and-coming teams that have a lot of young talent, look at Dallas. Look at Dallas. You know what the difference is with this Cowboys team versus a Cowboys team of 2 or 3 years ago? The talent that they drafted. They went and got playmakers, and not just offensive. We didn't just go get all these wide receivers. No, they went and got linebackers that could run.
Yeah, you got
they went and got
Diggs, Parsons, all those guys. Yeah, names too at that.
You know what I'm saying? They went and got guys that are guys that are ball hawks, guys that, you know, maybe he ran a 4.7, but you know what? The man had like 8 picks out of nowhere. He was lined up with a guy that ran 4.3, and all of a sudden he went and got the pick. Those are the guys you go get. It's not always about the measurables, but how do they play the game? And when you look at the Cowboys, you look at some of these, you look at Arizona. You look at some of these young players that are up. Look at Minnesota.
Yeah.
With Justin Jefferson. Look at Baltimore. I think, you know, a little bit more, but Bateman. Like, there's guys. How do you consistently miss and you have a top 5 quarterback on your roster?
And that's kind of what hides it too, because you have a top 5 quarterback
100%.
and he's playing, so you're winning games. So it's kind of like we kind of cool. So you get a little arrogant with your stuff, and you take chances that don't work out. But because your team is decent, you keep winning, and it's kind of hidden. Well, now it's all bubbling to the surface, and that's why I say right now is the time for him to get out. And
You know who's in a similar situation?
Who's that?
Aaron Rodgers.
Same thing. They've been able to make it by
because of Aaron Rodgers.
Because of him, yeah.
You remove him, top 5 pick.
So now he's talking. Now they're trying to make up for it now, and they still may be able to salvage it. I think he has a better chance of being there than Russell Wilson.
I think they both go.
Yeah,
They both go. They both go.
Sierra ain't standing no more, bro.
Well, they need to try to talk to Sierra about coming to Cleveland. I tell you what, that'd be nice.
100%. Wait, hold on. Before you go, I don't know if y'all saw the reports, but OBJ's first destination that he wanted to go to was Green Bay, and Green Bay flubbed this again. Wow. So, in my opinion, bro, you didn't draft a wide receiver when you had the opportunity. You went and got Jordan Love. OBJ's out here.
It's free.
OBJ, what do you need? You need private jet?
I don't know if OBJ is the answer like that, though. I'm just not convinced that.
Shelton, taking that aside, I feel you. OBJ's not everybody's cup of tea. But if you're Aaron Rodgers, hey, give me that guy.
But I wonder if he said it, though.
Who?
Aaron Rodgers. Because he don't. I mean, but then again, we don't know, because he ain't complaining right now. Which knowing Aaron Rodgers, we may have seen. He gives you clues and stuff like that. He ain't really tripping too bad. So
because I think that Aaron Rodgers in the back of his mind, like, well, shit, next year I'm gonna have him. You know what I'm gonna have in terms of Arsenal? If he go to Cleveland, if he go to the Steelers, not really, but go to the Denver, like shit, what I could have next year. OBJ would have been nice. It would have shown to A-Rod like, hey, look, okay, we fucked up.
Yeah,
it's OBJ. You better than any one of these.
Well, I'm sure they came and asked him, but they got the best record in the league right now, so I don't think.
And I think you know what
That
too,
best
Shelton?
record has never been good enough, though.
That's true.
Mm.
And I also think, Shelton, if A-Rod was to say something negative now,
Mm-hmm.
it'll be hard to rinse that off of him
Right.
because they're winning. You don't really need OBJ. It'd be nice to have him. So I'm not gonna complain. But let us not win and see.
That's when you see, that's when the
you'll see.
frustration is gonna boil over.
100.
We got Flash. Flash say, what's happening? Flash is a member for 2 months. Hey, we appreciate the love
Yes,
on that
sir.
membership.
Appreciate it, bro.
Hey, man, if y'all ain't members, jump on, man. Please jump on with us. We're gonna have some exclusive content coming down the pipe. Flash said Kerr is a big reason the triangle system helps.
So if you watch Golden State and you listen to what Steve Kerr has said his philosophy is, the triangle there's ideas and philosophies of the triangle with the ball movement and things like that, but they don't run the triangle. This is a hybrid system, which is crazy to say, but a lot of people don't realize that Steve Kerr was a basketball player under Greg Popovich and Phil Jackson, arguably the two greatest coaches of all time. And then Steve Kerr was the general manager of the Phoenix Suns, the Steve Nash-led Phoenix Suns. Kerr put that together. Right. So not only did he have Phil Jackson and Popovich, then he had who hired D'Antoni? Steve Kerr. So he's having these relationships with all of these great minds. So now when he becomes a coach, it's like, well, shit, I could take a little bit of D'Antoni, I could take a little bit of Popovich, I could take a little bit of Phil. Bro, that you're talking about three of arguably the top 10 greatest offensive minds that the basketball has ever seen. Yeah. And then, you know, the reason why I had to say top 10 was because people don't understand the history of D'Antoni. Go to Europe, go to Italy, and mention D'Antoni. D'Antoni's huge out there as a player, as a coach. You know what I'm saying? He was very innovative, and he brought that to the NBA. So when you put all of that in there, and then he got the Splash Bros. And do you understand Steve Kerr has the highest 3-point field goal percentage, I think, in NBA history? He damn near shot 49%, 48%, some crazy stuff like that. So he understands the psyche of a shooter. Yeah. Perfect storm.
That's the perfect gumbo. And there's nothing else you can say. Mark Jackson set him up 100%. As well. So he had everything you needed 100%. Along with the perfect situation to go with it. So 100%. Yeah, that's nothing but success. And speaking on that, Oblivion Radio, he's also a member for 2 months. Appreciate Oblivion. Yes, he said the Warriors are winning the chip. I have a hard time disagreeing with you, brother. I really do.
You know, and it's early, and I'm not saying that this team is going to make it, but as of right now, who my East and West representation would be: West, Golden State; East is Chicago.
Damn, we were supposed to do our
I know, on Thursday.
Yeah.
We're just gonna push it back, or we might make it a members only thing. So become a member.
No, FIFO. I'm sorry, it's a little early for that.
Well,
I'm talking about Chicago.
I'm just saying right now. I'm not. Yeah. I don't know what they're going to be long term. But tell me who plays better defense outside of Golden State than Chicago does. I don't know if you watched that Laker game. And that Laker game was very interesting because that was the epitome of a game of runs.
Lonzo revenge game.
It was Lonzo's revenge game. But if you would have watched that game,
he was having a good one too.
He was. The Bulls would pull away. And then here comes the Lakers on a run.
Yep.
Bulls will pull away 13-14. Here comes the Lakers on a run. And then they was like, the Bulls said, okay, F all that. Let's just put them away. And they put them away. The thing that I like about the Bulls is that, first and foremost, and I said this preseason, complementary. All of those guys. The skill sets are complementary to each one of them. That's number one. And guess what? They did it without Vooch. I'm just saying. Number two, they're way scrappier than I thought, and they're connected on defense, not like the Golden State work, because Golden State's on a whole nother level. That game that they had against Charlotte, oh my God. Bro, Charlotte didn't know what the hell was happening. They couldn't get into anything. But the Bulls are very scrappy. They're big. Lonzo 6'5", 6'6", 6'7", I don't know. Levine has got some size on him. DeMar is good size for his position. They got Derrick Jones off the bench. Caruso 6'5", 6'6", 6'7". You know, they have a lot, and where they're gonna be at the end of the season, they're gonna look just like how they look now. Their thing is going to be just continue to win, understand how to win. And this is a team of veterans. It's not like they got a lot of young guys that they got to bring into the fold. They got guys with chips on their shoulder. Zach LaVine, DeMar. I don't know if y'all saw the article where DeMar said, "Oh, y'all thought I was washed, huh?"
Mm. Yeah, he's
DeMar
playing ball now.
and LaVine,
MVP like ball at that.
they are the highest scoring duo in the NBA. They're averaging over 50 together.
Correct. I still ain't convinced that they're gonna come out the East though. There's a lot of traffic in there, and
I'm not saying that they are.
Milwaukee gonna play ball in a minute. We know Milwaukee's gonna be around.
100%. I'm just saying if the
They got a
season
losing
ended
record
today,
right now.
They do, but we know that
if the season ended today,
I got you. Brooklyn is gonna be in a run, and
100%.
Miami, in my opinion, is
they're the toughest. They're the
yeah,
toughest.
Yeah,
They're the toughest team.
mm-hmm.
They're going to be the hardest out in the East.
Yeah.
Because they're deep, they're mentally tough, they're physically tough,
and they can shoot.
They got Pat Riley, bro.
Yeah, that's it.
It's gonna be tough.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough to get by those guys, but you know, I'm proud of the Bulls. I'm also proud of the Wizards, but the Wizards are playing some basketball right
They
now.
are.
Wizards are 10-3 and in first place in the East, which is crazy. That's crazy. It says a lot about Russ to me too, but you know, I'm proud of them boys, man, because you know you took the Lakers cast-offs and made it work. That's saying a lot. Also, I'm gonna get on Nick. Since we ain't got no show Thursday, I'm gonna get on Nick about the Charlotte thing. Let me tell you, Ken, you wrong about this too, because you said Anthony Edwards. You'd have taken him first. Anthony Edwards scored 9 points in that game against the Lakers.
He always point out like these bad games.
No, the last. I'm just gonna talk about the last two games. I'm talking about the last two games. He scored nine points against the Lakers. They beat the Lakers by 25. Karl Anthony Towns was the focus of their offense.
Everybody's beating the Lakers, bro.
Correct. So the next game against the Suns, he had 9 again. And they lost by 3. But they were in that game, Karl Anthony Towns led them to score. But my thing is kind of like he didn't add. He still ain't add. He's not contributing. Now let's talk about the Hornets.
I don't think I ever said he was a contributor, all-around contributor like that.
Let's talk about the Hornets.
But did I say that about him?
You said you pick him over LaMelo.
Yeah, that still stands.
Now LaMelo,
but I like because it's all about what you want out of a player. I love the fact that his offensive scoring. I never looked at him as an all-around player like LaMelo.
Mm-hmm.
And LaMelo is that. I've always acknowledged that. But Anthony Edwards doesn't do that. That's not his game.
So the days when he's not contributing scoring-wise, he ain't giving you nothing.
And
it happens. There are other guys that there are other superstars.
But when you're comparing them two,
I'm not comparing them two.
No, we did. We compared the two. You said you picked this one.
Who would you rather have?
And
in that context,
Nick was all for him. And my thing to Nick was, even if LaMelo's struggling from the field, he's still gonna get you rebounds. He's still gonna get you assists. Mm-hmm. He's still gonna affect the game, and they still can win the game. Yep. Anthony Edwards, he don't get you nothing.
Lonzo does the same thing.
Who?
Lonzo Ball does the same thing. He's an all-around player as well, and contributes in a multitude of different places.
He does just at a lower level.
There are other players that does that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm. Not necessarily at a lower level, Shilton. The difference is mentality, basketball mentality. LaMelo has a mentality of, I can go get 30 or 40.
Correct.
And you can't stop me from
That's
scoring.
a lower level because he can't do that. Lonzo's not going to get you 10,
Lonzo
12.
Can physically do it.
I think Lonzo can do that.
Mentally,
he ain't doing it. He ain't going to get you 17
he
rebounds.
He ain't doing it, but
game.
I think he can.
Melo had 17 rebounds 2 games ago. We're just talking about the last 2 games, by the way. I'm just talking about the last 2 games.
100%. Lonzo can go get you 15, 17 rebounds.
He ain't done it. We can't say what he can't.
We can't say this though.
What? We can't say what the man can do if he ain't done it.
But Shelton, if he's gotten close, then that.
If we would have said the same thing about LaMelo, you would have said he can do that though.
No, I said he's done it.
No, if he hadn't done that before,
then
you would say that. Yes, you would.
I can't say LaMelo.
Shelton, you've been on this show long enough, bro.
I'm not gonna say nothing about him that he ain't done.
Yes, you would have.
What has he not done that I would have kept for?
Because you're a big LaMelo fan. I'm a huge LaMelo fan. You would have said you would have. This is how you would have put it.
Mm-mm.
He may not have done it, but he can go do it if he wanted to.
No,
that's how you would have said it. That's because that man got heart.
No,
that man played with. That's
he does. He affects wins and losses.
He
affects wins and losses. We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about how big that contributes to a team too. Because
once Anthony Edwards put up 50, he ain't gonna say shit.
No. I'm gonna say great game if they win. But if he put up 50 and they lose by 20, he ain't gonna say nothing. Yeah, that's just 50.
Ken, I think what it boils down to, and I always say this: I'd rather have guys that are more all around than a specialist. And again, you know how much I love Anthony Edwards. That
I
my
do
affinity
too.
for him has not waned at all. But if I have to start a franchise and these are my 2 picks, I'm picking LaMelo. And I said this last week.
Mm-hmm.
Why? It's easier to build around LaMelo. With Anthony Edwards, I need more specific pieces. You could give
Would
me
you have taken Lonzo Ball?
over who?
A
Over who?
Anthony Edwards.
Edwards.
Yes.
It depends on my
'Cause they do
roster.
I would've.
I'm confused. So
It depends on
with LaMelo, it doesn't depend on the roster. With Lonzo, it does.
with everybody. But you know, I've always been true to that. So
I know.
So if I have the very first pick, because in my opinion, it's like splitting hairs with those guys. Just like the Cade Cunningham and Jalen Green. Like, what is it that you like? You know what I'm saying? For me, when I evaluated those 2 guys, I like Jalen Green because of the athletic ability.
Aren't they Anthony Edwards and LaMelo all over again?
To a degree, yes.
But you picked Jalen over Cade, even though Cade can do everything?
They're a little different, and I'm going to tell you the difference. Let me tell you the difference in the two. And this is real easy. Because once again, we look at a lot of times, people, when they're watching sports, they're looking at what a person physically can do. I look at attitude and the way you contribute to a player. Let me say something, because we're going to get back to football in a second, because we're going to talk about Cam. Cam's effect on a football team is not just Cam being out there and what he does. Cam ain't go out there and throw for 300 yards. Cam's not going to go out there ever again and do that, right? I don't think Cam is going to ever have 300. I just don't think so. But he affects the mentality of everybody on that team by being on that team. His presence elevates the talent around him. That's what I look for in a player that makes him special. That's LaMelo Ball. That's Jalen Green. Cade is a great player, but Cade is kind of laid back. You know what I'm saying? He's not going to affect the game the same way.
So you would take
LaMelo.
Jalen Green over Cade Cunningham?
Yeah. Even though I love Cade now. I love Cade. I do.
But you wasn't loving Jalen a couple weeks ago.
I still don't.
But Cade plays an all-around game.
I still don't. I still like Cade better.
Bro,
but I
you
think
so
that
inconsistent right now.
No, I'm not inconsistent. What I'm saying is, I think that in the long run, Cade has what I like. So I like Cade personally. Me personally, we talking about personally what I like. That's Cade. But we talking about what's going to affect the team better. I think Jalen will eventually affect this. Right now, he's going to be more effective because the players are going to believe in him more so because he got that what we would call swagger. He's got it. So his players around him are going to believe in him and play harder for him.
All right, man.
So, Ken, like I said,
you're making absolutely no sense.
It does,
you
man.
all over the place.
It makes all the sense in the world. If you pay attention to what I'm saying, you'll get it.
Unfortunately, Shelton, I am.
If you pay attention to what I'm saying, you'll get it.
Really bothering
a lot of times, it's more so than you looking at, like I said, if you look at basketball and the physical, if you're saying who's comparable in what they do, these two are comparable in what they do. But what they bring to the table and what they mean to a team, it's different. It's a different thing.
What are you going to say if
it's a different thing.
He digging. This is Dig Dug over here.
No, man, you gotta be quiet. You gotta get it, man. If you play sports, you know there's different attitudes that players bring.
Okay.
And the attitude means just as much as the skill. That guy right there.
Muggsy Bogues. That's crazy.
That's
that
attitude.
Have a whole Muggsy Bogues segment. Like
that's my guy.
That's dope. Muggsy was one of the players that let me realize height didn't matter. I can do this. But going back to this whole LaMelo, Anthony Edwards, Cade Cunningham, Jalen Green. When I say it depends on where I am with the roster, right? Let's look at Houston and let's look at Detroit. In Houston, I would take Jalen Green over Cade Cunningham. Why? Because Houston was literally a blank canvas. I don't have nothing. I don't really have young talent. Kevin Porter was very questionable, even though he worked out with Chris Brickley. So I already know he putting in the work, right? But that roster was very bare. There was no real starting point. Like, as much as I like the dude that came from Arizona, that he's not getting tick right now, another rookie, as much as I like the individual talent there, like, there's no direction.
Mm-hmm.
And not saying that Cade couldn't give you that direction, but I like Cade more in Detroit. Why? You got pieces there already. So when you add an all-around guy like Cade Cunningham, it makes those pieces work. That's why I like it. It depends. If I'm Houston and I have the number 1 pick, I'm taking Jalen Green. If I'm Detroit and I have the number 1 pick, I'm taking Cade Cunningham. But I prefer Jalen by just a little bit because of the athletic ability.
So Minnesota had D'Angelo Russell at the time, right? When they drafted.
Mm-hmm.
So they didn't need LaMelo.
Exactly, which is why I'm fine with Anthony Edwards going there.
Okay.
I'm cool with that. Even though if you tell me number one pick, right, depending on my roster, I would probably take LaMelo over Anthony Edwards, but what does my roster look like? If it's Minnesota, I'm taking Anthony Edwards. I'm not taking LaMelo over Anthony in that situation.
Because of the roster construction.
Because of Cat, because of D'Angelo Russell already. Why would I take LaMelo? LaMelo is a better version of D'Angelo Russell. Why would I have that talent redundancy?
Detroit did it because they had Killian Hayes, but maybe he's going to be a bust. Anyway, back to football. And K's better than Cunningham already. I mean, yeah, better than Hayes already.
Yep, exactly.
God dang. You see that game he had?
Who?
K Cunningham's better than Killian.
Yeah.
And that's why you take him. That's why you take him.
Yes, sir. He's a lot better. Off topic. Oblivion Radio said, off topic, Ken, we get ready for that No Way Home trailer reaction.
Yeah, we're doing one. I don't know when. We may do it tomorrow. May do it Thursday, actually. But yeah, I haven't watched it yet, so I'll watch it the first time. Make sure you guys go to the YouTube channel, youtube.com/FPS podcast, and sign up, become a member over there. And subscribe to the channel. We're doing trailer reactions. So I think we're gonna do a reaction to that one. So you'll see my first reaction to it on that very video. Let's talk about these Rams, man. Q was calling them out. Q was basically saying in our chat, like, it's the battle of the frauds in summation. Kyle Shanahan versus McVay. But they got mollywopped by the 49ers. And Q, he don't believe in the Rams. And even though they only have, 2 losses?
I don't believe in the Rams. I've been
You
saying
don't believe
that.
in the Rams either.
I've been saying
so
that.
You think they're frauds too?
Oh, sure, for sure. For sure. I've been saying that. Remember, I was saying they didn't have a running game.
Even with OBJ?
Even with OBJ, even more so with OBJ. And we saw that early on because they were trying to force the ball to him, just like they were trying to do in Cleveland. Force the ball to OBJ. Like, we got to get him involved. When you're thinking about that more so than playing the game, you already did. But what killed them was that the San Francisco's game plan was brilliant. And it was masterful. That first drive was, 10 minutes? Something crazy like that. Well, let me say this. The Rams had the ball first. They were the first play went to OBJ. He was trying to go deep to OBJ. OBJ stopped on the route, and they threw the pick. Well, San Francisco drove the length of the field, running the same 3 high school plays over and over. It was 3 plays. They ran like 3 plays over and over and over again. And they took like 11 minutes off the clock. They punched him in the mouth. And it was brilliant.
I think what we saw, the difference in the game was a sense of urgency. First and foremost, I think there's a lot of other factors playing, but a sense of urgency. 49ers lose this, it's a wrap on the season. Playoffs? Playoffs? He ain't making that. So I think that San Fran came out with the sense of urgency, like, we got to win now. There is no room for error. I think that the Rams came out with, let's get OBJ the ball, this, that, and the third, and they force fed him, which is to be natural, mainly because he's a shiny new toy. McVay is an offensive-minded coach, and Robert Woods just went down. I think the best thing for them was to get smacked in the mouth the way they did. They have room for error. They only got 2 losses the entire season.
3
now.
2 in a row.
2 in a row.
2 in a
But
row.
they're going into a bye week. I think that's going to be huge for them. You already know offensive-minded coaches like a McVay. They typically, and we ain't got no statistician or nothing like that. I want to know what McVay record looks like after a bye week.
Yeah, I would too.
You know what I'm saying? But I think I would assume that it's pretty good. I'm just assuming here, so y'all can look it up or whatever, what have you. I think that's going to do wonders for how they come out. Now it's going to be a toss-up. They come out from the bye week and they look like this, and they trying to force feed OBJ, and they did it. Then I'm on the fraudster alert too. I don't want to call them fraudsters just yet. I think that there is some tinkering that still has to happen because they have an identity, but a lot of things happened in the last 2 weeks. Your second wide receiver went out. You brought in a big name star in the OBJ. You have to figure that out. Like, you have to figure that out. This is the perfect opportunity. You just got smacked in the mouth. You got a week to understand how and why it happened, readjust, go out there and play your style of football.
OBJ on watch.
Yes.
Watched.
I agree.
Yep. And I think Aikman said that Stafford is going to feel the same pressure that Mayfield felt to get OBJ the ball.
Yeah. That's what
you guys highlighted that already. But I think they'll be okay. I think Stafford or McVay, they have to do a better job of spreading the ball around. They just keep throwing the ball to goddamn Cooper Kupp over and over again. And that's great for fantasy. And the man so far has been damn near unstoppable. He can get open, like nobody's business. But losing Robert Woods is going to hurt because now you have Cooper, Woods, and OBJ, like a plethora of weapons. So you kind of back to where you started with the guy that don't know the offense. So this bye week will give them time to, figure all that out. Where this stands in terms of being a title contender, I don't know. We'll see.
The scary part to this is the next game is in Green Bay. That's a hard way to cut. Y'all know I know we talking about it being a bye week, but you coming back out of this bye into Green Bay against Aaron Rodgers, as long as he keep from getting COVID. That's not That's not going to be an easy task. I'll put it that way.
Yeah, I you know what? We shouldn't even count my pick because I picked Seattle to win that game. I didn't think Rodgers was playing. Yeah, they pulled a fast one because I damn sure would have picked the Packers. That's some bullshit. But let's see what else we got here. I don't even want to talk about the Detroit Pittsburgh game. That's the dumbest shit.
Yeah, that was a sad game to watch.
Just stupid trap game all the way.
Yeah,
Washington beating up on Tampa Bay though.
That was a shock. That was a true shocker.
I think the Bucs are going. They did this last year and it was their first year, so it's hard to know if this is going to be the case this year because we don't have a true history. But they went through a rough stretch last year.
They did.
And then they came out on top. So
they got hot at the end when it counted.
So I guess that's what we got to look for to see if they get hot at the end.
Right.
And if they do, but I think right now they shouldn't have any problems winning the division, so they should be fine.
Yeah, and they were saying the same thing happened. Even in the playoffs last year, they almost lost every playoff game coming down to the Super. The Super Bowl was the first real game that they played and was dominant. So yeah, that team. I think that as Tom Brady goes, so goes the Bucs, and he's not looked quite as good these last two games at all.
And the thing about it is that he tends to wear down as the season goes on. Nobody really talks about it.
He does.
We've mentioned it on the show, but yeah, he wears down as the season goes on, and which is natural. So, and he wore down last year, all the way in the playoffs up to the Super Bowl. So we'll see. Dallas beat the shit out of Atlanta. That was embarrassing.
That was that was the most dominant performance. That was one of the most dominant performances of the season.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I didn't watch that whole game. I saw mainly highlights. The way Trayvon Diggs got that interception when they were throwing the Kyle Pitts, I'm like, where the hell he come from? He just snatched that thing like he owned the football. But nah, man, that game, and I'll put it to you like this: I think 2021 for me has been my worst takes of my run on Dead End Sports. The whole Jameis Dak thing. Look, and here's the thing too, Ken. Dak has elevated.
He has.
Dak has elevated. He's a different quarterback right now.
Yep.
And I have to give that man props and respect when I see it. And it's not just CeeDee Lamb. I feel like if he didn't have no wide receivers right now, he could pull. He going 300 some plus yards, passing 2+ touchdowns. Like it does not matter now. And you can kind of see it. Like he's just playing at a different level. Like mentally,
I think the talent helps though.
I'm not saying it don't.
I don't know. I think it would be. I don't know if he'll be able to play at this level.
All I'm saying is, if both of them got hurt for 2 to 4 weeks, they're still going to win games.
Yeah.
And they're winning because of him.
Right, because you got, I mean, your 4th, 5th string wide receivers are still catching balls, but and 4th and 5th string are playing well. Wilson, he's getting them the ball. He's getting, I can't think of number 85's name, the other dude with dreads, but he's a 5th string wide receiver and he's still making plays. So, like you said, if you had to go without those guys, he's already been without CD playing well in one game when he hurt his ankle. Then he been playing without Cooper.
Mm-hmm.
So he's still doing the same things. He's playing, tight end's been hurt. He's moving the ball around. He's doing what he needs to do.
All I'm saying is for an extended period of time, that can maintain it. For the whole season, no.
Yeah.
Like, it'll catch up. You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously having more talent makes
Yeah.
the game easier, but you could tell Dak has elevated.
Yeah.
He is clearly top 10 and he's working his way into a top 5.
Would y'all say he's the MVP right now? Leading horse out in that race right now?
I still got to give it to Aaron Rodgers right now.
I think he's right there.
But he's in the conversation, though.
Yeah.
He's definitely in the conversation. I don't know if he's lead dog in that pack, but he's definitely conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Tom Brady still in the combo for you?
No.
He
fell out.
Yeah.
He fell out. If he had a good week this week, then when I put him up there, like I said, I was putting him up there based off what I thought that they were going to say and how, because for the longest they even still talking about it now. Josh Allen being it, and I don't see how. Yeah, Josh Allen was the leading odds getter 2 weeks ago.
Still,
I saw somebody say something about it. You think he's still in there because they won that game this past week? And I'm thinking, like, get out of here with that. Get out of here with that.
They need to try to win the division.
Correct.
They only got one game up on New England.
Yeah, and I agree wholeheartedly. But that's how the media is spinning that thing. I'm looking at it like, y'all get out of here with that. He shouldn't even be talked about in that group.
Nah. I think the Chiefs might be back. I think we kind of said it last week. That struggle, they may have gotten over that funk and they may be on their way back from here. And they look good.
They're in first place.
Yeah.
They're in first place. So
yeah, sometimes you need that adversity. It worked for the Bucs last year. It could very well work for the Chiefs.
Mm-hmm.
Because, because a lot of it was coming easy.
Mm-hmm.
So now, now you got film on how they playing you.
Correct.
So now you can counterpunch.
Right.
So, that helps too.
That's why I would like, I hate Q ain't on here today because I wanted to see what Q had to say about this. You know what I'm saying? And they still got miles to go before it's all said and done. But that team looked really good in that game.
But you know what, though? Again, I it's very much so Pat Mahomes driven versus prime example, LeBron. Every time LeBron goes to a new team, it's very LeBron centric, right? Like, it's how often do we say, oh, well, the scheme and the system, right? Like, as much as we love Steph and Steph pulls and does everything, it's still a system. And the system isn't for the greatest players, it's for everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
And when I watched the Kansas City Chiefs this last week, it was just Pat Mahomes doing Pat Mahomes things.
Yeah.
And I think that fundamentally, they need to get back to basics. And I don't mean dialing Mahomes back. I'm not. What I mean is online got to get on par. You got to draft defense.
Yeah.
And you got to get you a running back. And I know Clyde Edwards-Helaire, he's good, but obviously he's injured.
Yeah.
And you got to be able to balance what Mahomes does with a run game. So they got to go draft running back. They got to address the O-line again, or the cohesion of that O-line, because it should be better than what it is. That D-line is one person.
Well, now it's picking up. They're getting a little stronger now, and that showed this past week that defense played tough. Melvin Ingram is on that line now too, so they picked up Melvin Ingram. So they got a few pieces now. You got Chris Jones, you got Melvin Ingram, you got Clark. You got a couple pieces there, and then you got Matthew on the backside. Snead played a good game. Those guys actually played decent football on the defensive side, which that's the biggest difference.
100%.
I wasn't really worried about Pat Mahomes. I was worried about the defense.
I'm worried about everybody else. Think about it. I've been here saying, hey, Pat Mahomes.
Yeah.
And yeah, he's struggling, and yeah, I'm not going to give him all the credit due because it looks what it looks like.
Right.
But it's Pat Mahomes.
It's Pat Mahomes. He threw a left-handed pass. I don't know if y'all saw that, but he threw a left-handed pass in the game. It's Pat Mahomes.
But they need a run game, though.
They definitely need a run game. But
they
Ware didn't play bad. They don't stink, and I think that Clyde Edwards-Helaire is going to get back. But they definitely need to add to it. I ain't gonna say they need to draft a running back, but they need to get a running back.
But
somebody competent.
They need to. that running game needs to be more complementary, and they need to be able to run out the clock. Because think about it, Kansas City in a lot of games is going to be up on teams, right? And yeah, they can play from behind, but they're so dynamic that sometimes you got to be able to run it out. They can't do that.
They rushed for 94 yards.
That's not good enough balance.
It's Kansas City balance though. I mean, when you think about what they've always given us, he passed for 422. They rushed for 94. That's kind of like what Kansas City has done, even when they were on the championship runs. But I get what you're saying. They could do better in that area with a stronger back.
And here's the thing, and it's not just the numbers, right? Because let's just say if they still had Kareem Hunt, right? Kareem might only rush for 50 and have 80 catching.
Yeah, that wouldn't even be fair.
It wouldn't be fair.
But now that you say that, they did that though, because shoot, after Travis Kelce, the Williams, the leading running back, he had 43 yards rushing. He had 101 yards receiving. So they got that. They got that from the running backs. And then
Where
you
did
got
he get the majority of those yards from though? Was it like one play?
No. He was having
How many
long was
catches did
38
he have?
yards. He had 9 catches for 101 yards.
Okay.
He was hitting them backs.
Okay.
And
so I take my critique. I didn't watch that whole game.
Yeah.
I didn't watch that whole game.
Yeah, he was moving the ball around. That was the second lead. You know, of course, Travis Kelce led him with 119. Tariq Hill had 83. But Williams out of the backfield was making some nice plays. He was getting in the ball in space.
So that is balance. That is Kansas City balance. So thank you for bringing up the running back receiving stats, because that is balance for Kansas City.
All right. Well, let's get into Shelton's favorite part of the weekend.
Yes.
Carolina. Yeah. Didn't see that coming.
Cam coming back.
No, we knew he was back.
Them winning.
But I didn't know Kyler Murray was out.
Yeah.
So that changed everything. So they basically got a trash team to beat up on.
They just beat the Browns the week before, that trash team with the same group of players. Baker did the same thing to Baker.
Bro.
With OBJ.
Kyler was out.
He was out last week too.
Kyler was out.
Baker Mayfield.
And I think he got we're just sticking to this game. So yeah, so that made a world of a difference. And yeah, so.
And here's the thing, and this is a prime example of what I talk about all the time. I said it, and I got text this too. Let y'all know it's a moral thing. This is coming from a former professional athlete. It's the locker room energy. It's people have to want to play for you and to have you lead them. And that's kind of what we were talking about. This was during the LaMelo talk. That's why they were saying LaMelo changed the personality of the team, and Anthony Edwards just shoots at a high volume, and that doesn't necessarily equal wins. But back to what we were talking about with Carolina, the same thing applies. A player like Cam Newton changes the personality of a football team. It makes you believe different. Robbie Anderson scored a touchdown. He didn't do much. He had like 40 yards, 30-something yards. But anyway, he caught a touchdown pass on the second series. He looked out of his mind in the press conference like, finally, you know what I'm saying? Like, I finally got somebody rocking with me. And it's just a whole nother mentality. But the team looked good as a whole.
He looked like that?
Yeah. The team looked good as a whole, man.
Jesus Christ.
So Shelton has.
This has been. Go ahead.
Shelton has a point, Ken. I'm not going to jump off as deep of an end as he has, but energy is infectious. And when you have that leadership energy, I'll put it to you like this. Bill Belichick, and this is one of the things that stuck with me, because I listen and I study a lot of great coaches. And Bill Belichick, and going into the season one year, I can't tell you the year, he was, in preparing the entire team, he was showing them pictures after they scored touchdowns. And he was like, when we score, everybody celebrates. It's a team thing. And he said, and he showed them examples of when teams scored and it was only one or two people celebrating. He's like, what's more powerful? The team, right? It's a team thing. That's why Brady be going crazy when he scores. I don't think you've ever, like, Brady, people, you know what I'm saying? Like there's a Psycho T out there, you know what I'm saying? And he has that type of energy. Cam has that type of energy. And when you're able to galvanize the team, those players play above their level. We see it all the time. That's true leadership. We see the LeBrons, the Cams, the Tom Brady's, you know what I'm saying? Like those got Steph Curry.
Yeah, Steph Curry is the biggest.
Big.
Yeah.
Big. Dame Lillard. Because being a leader, oftentimes, yeah, you get a lot of the praise, but it's being selfless. Hey, I know you're great. Go be great. I'm not gonna hold you back.
Mm-hmm.
We need to get you the ball. Hey, coach, no, don't call that run play. We need to get this guy the ball right now. He hot. LaMelo. Hey, let this guy continue. Hey, we winning with him.
He also wanted to get back in the game and play more in the fourth quarter, a game after that too. So that selflessness turned into selfishness.
It can at times.
At times.
It did.
No, yeah, it will.
There's no it can.
Yeah,
to use your point.
No, but it,
Yeah, it will. Yeah,
but it
yeah,
has
it
to.
will.
No, but it has to.
Mhm.
Because when you're the greatest on your team and you're that type of leader, I'm gonna give it to you because I have to, but I'm also gonna take it, and you know I have to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But going back to Cam, digressing to Cam is an infectious leader. And even though his arm may be a water pistol, even though he's not the same Superman Cam, because he has that energy, those guys are going to play at a higher level.
They all did. All of them.
This is a playoff team still in the hunt that got better because of Cam. And I don't know if I would have ever said that because they're a better team because of Cam.
They are.
They're better with Cam than Sam.
100%.
Cam is greater than Sam.
And we're not talking talent. I'm not even gonna cap on the talent like that. I'm not gonna do it. But what I'm saying is the team believes. Their belief is back. The swagger is back. It's just and I'm not saying, once again, I ain't capping because we're gonna see what happens next week because he's going against Ron Rivera off this win. You know, the person who knows him the best is who he's playing next. And he's gonna be starting this week, which I wasn't really happy about him starting, to be honest.
Isn't it kind of crazy, right? Like Cam Newton's career started in Arizona where he set the single the
rookie passing record or something like that.
Exactly. And then to come back to Carolina against Cardinals,
Yeah.
and then the week after you're playing against the coach that got you to the mountaintop.
Yes.
That has to be a mind mess up.
Mm-hmm.
Shelton, this is confirmation bias for you, bro.
How so?
That's all this is.
How so?
That's all this is. Because Cam didn't do shit. So Cam didn't do shit. So now you're like, oh, it's not about what he did. It's about everything that he didn't do.
That's the same thing I've been saying this whole time.
I know you're saying that because you need to find a way to frame your argument to validate Cam not doing shit.
Cam scored 2 touchdowns on the first 2 touches.
This man, 3 passes for 8 yards and a touchdown. He was a gimmick guy.
Correct.
He was a gimmick guy.
What I said was, and I know what you said. But did you hear what I just said though? I said I wasn't too happy about him starting against Washington.
I heard that.
I kind of like what P.J. Walker did and what Cam came in and did. I liked it kind of like that. I kind of like what they were doing.
Because you probably know what's going to happen next week.
No. I ain't going to say that. I ain't going to say that now.
Chase Young out?
Yes, sir.
I think he has a tornado.
Well, Washington's not that great of a team anyway. But,
Right.
But, you know what? Like, everybody was talking about this, like, oh, Cam this, Cam that. I'm like, this motherfucker didn't do shit. Yeah, they won the game. Yeah, he did this or whatever. He got a little touchdown, scored a little running shit or whatever. Same little shit he was doing in New England. But that's it. We talk about Cam as a leader. I heard plenty of criticism when Cam is losing. He's sitting on the sideline and moping. Where was the leader then? Where was the infectiousness then? You know, so it's just like he come back and they win one game. And, yeah, I probably agree with you. They probably were hyped because he was back on the team.
Right.
And he was excited. That's 1 week. It may sustain itself. It may not. I don't know. But we just not. Yeah, I think it's just confirmation bias, bro.
But you heard. You go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say you heard it here first. It is. It's gonna sustain.
All I'm gonna say is, sustain can be very long or very short. The rest of this season, I think Cam is going to help that team.
Oh yeah.
Beyond this, my critiques of Cam still stay.
Correct.
He's never been a great reader of the defense. Right, he always relied on physical ability, big cannon arm to fit. He doesn't have that anymore. I've always criticized Cam of old man game. Where's the old man game? Where is the I'm gonna chill in the pocket? I'm gonna take this sack. I'm gonna dump it off here. Where is that? He still don't have it.
Yeah.
But the other things that don't show up on the stat sheet is what's going to help this team because this team, talent-wise.
So the one thing that isn't watched with Cam is intangibles.
Yeah,
correct.
Great players always have intangibles. Cam.
Correct, Cam.
Look at Carmelo Anthony, bro. That man old
Carmelo
as hell.
Anthony balling though. That's not just
Where was this 2
leadership,
years
bro.
ago, though? But where was that 2 years ago?
That is
Why?
it's a mentality because he didn't want to come off the bench.
He still is.
He accepted that role,
Finally.
but he still could play though.
But even when he accepted it, was he doing what he's doing now in Portland?
He was playing better in Portland.
But he wasn't. He's playing like
He's getting more opportunities.
He started in Portland.
I thought he was coming off the bench in Portland.
The starting lineup was Dame, CJ, Carmelo Anthony. Who started above Carmelo?
He wasn't coming off the bench.
No, he started in Portland.
His whole run in Portland. All right, my bad.
Look, part of my opinion as to why Carmelo is having a resurgence, I've always said where Carmelo is now in his career is fit. But beyond fit, LeBron, LA, intangibles. He chose, like LA, everybody want to be in LA.
Right.
And more so on the Lakers than the Clippers, but LA in general. He's there. He has a calm. There's LeBron on the squad. I think that a lot of those things and the fit fits. They need what he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
You're seeing a different version. Now, Cam, on the other hand, we're not going to see a different version because Cam is who Cam is. What we're going to see is the players around him believing more. So, again, I think that those players will play at a slightly higher level because this is a playoff roster. Now, I'm not saying that they're going to win no championship or nothing like that, but I think that they can make the playoffs with Cam.
The nerve of Roby Anderson, of all people, to have that type of attitude. Get the hell out of here, man. When they were trying to run his ass off, when they spent all this time just finding stuff. I remember because I hated that they used to do it. They're like, oh, look at Cam open. He needs to be up there leading his team, even when they're losing. He's a front runner and all this other stuff. So front runner Cam is great. That's infectious. That leads to winning. But where is that when they losing? I don't know, man. But I do agree. I do think that energy does travel and the momentum and stuff like that. We see runs. We see the crowd and stuff like that can lead to runs and wins and stuff like that and impact stuff because energy travels is,
right.
Can be created nor destroyed. And I understand that, but we just not, I just can't overhype this thing.
Yeah. And I get where you're coming from. The difference is this time, I think, it's going to help that they have an easier schedule to start out with. So he got some time to kind of, I think these next 4 games or 3 or 4 games are going to be like, I'm not saying they're cupcakes because no NFL game is a cupcake, but they're easier games than normal. And also, he has something to prove right now. Cam has something to prove. Out of there's only a couple of players in the league. We can talk about OBJ as one. We can talk about Baker as another. Cam, Lamar, these guys. And the reason why I'm mentioning those guys is because they're in contract years. But he's one of the ones near the top of that list with something to prove right now. So in saying that.
Well, you know what? I'll say this because we'll come on here and lament players that should be playing or at least be a backup. Should be in the league. Cam is one. Whether it's starting or whether it's as a backup, he at the end of the day should be in the league like Cap and all these other guys. If you got other trash as player like Mike White, who the fuck heard of Mike White? If you can have a Mike White on your fucking bench, you can have a goddamn Cam Newton on your bench or as a replacement,
right.
Start or whatever for somebody gets hurt. So it's cool for the brother because they almost did him dirty.
Mm-hmm.
They almost did him dirty.
They did.
And so he's the type of guy that the league can kind of come together and keep out. So this situation kind of opened the door for him.
Yeah. So it makes me root for him, too, because it'll give the next person a chance that they may pass on. Mm-hmm. And if he does not do well, it's going to bode pretty bad for the next one. Real quick, the Philly game, the Eagles game, did y'all see that? Or did y'all see anything about it?
I saw the final score, but it's Denver and Eagles.
The only reason I'm mentioning is because y'all know I'm a Jalen homer. Jalen in the last 3 games is leading the league in QBR, which I ain't really big on QBR. But the reason why I'm mentioning this is because I want y'all. I'm mentioning this for the future. I'm saying watch out for the Eagles. Just watch out for the Eagles. Remember, I said this. I said it before. I'm gonna say it again. Watch out for the Eagles.
They played they. You know what? I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna let you have that one because I don't want to shit on Teddy.
We can't. We kind of
Nah,
can, but at the
I don't
same
wanna shit
time,
on
he just
Teddy. You be hyping Teddy up.
I do like because he just shut out the Cowboys last week. The same Cowboys team.
Nah, I want Teddy to keep a job somewhere. I ain't gonna shit on him this week, but I'm not gonna get overhyped about the Eagles beating the fucking Denver Broncos.
I'm just saying, watch it, man. They watch the Eagles going forward. That's a team to look out for.
To do what?
Make the playoffs. Make a playoff run.
Playoff run. Okay, that sounds better. Let's get into these picks. I went 2-2 last week. Shelton, you and FIFO went 3-1.
Who did I lose? Now I went 4-0, didn't I? Which one I lost?
You lost to Seattle. You picked Seattle
over
Green Bay.
Green Bay? No,
Yep.
I did not.
Yes, you did.
No, sir.
You and FIFO picked Seattle. We all picked Seattle.
Let me go back.
And Nick picked Green Bay.
I picked that right. I went back and watched it during the game to see if I was right. I didn't pick Seattle.
Okay. Well, you went 4-0 then. If you said it on there, then yeah.
I got them super chats. I'm gonna get the super chat.
Yeah, let the chat keep us honest. What did Shelton pick last week?
He said he.
I went back and heard it. Now I really went back because I don't never know what we pick after the fact. I ain't even gonna lie, but I went back and watched that part of the show just to see if I was right.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure. Leave it like it is for now. I'll go back and check it again right after the show's over.
Well, I'll change it.
Because I remember saying I would pick Green Bay even if Aaron Rodgers didn't play. Because you said I was crazy. Because I was saying I would pick them even if he was out. Because I think that Jordan Love was going to play better this week.
Yeah, and I know I picked Seattle because
we both thought I thought Aaron Rodgers wasn't going to play. That's why I picked Seattle.
That's why I picked.
If I would have known Aaron Rodgers was playing, I would have picked Green Bay.
I would have picked Green Bay too.
So yeah, Nick went 3-1 as well. He lost the Atlanta game. He picked Atlanta to beat Dallas. And I went 2-2. I lost Seattle and Cleveland. So the records now are 26-15, Shelton 27-14, FIFO you're 24-17, and Nick is 25-16.
Damn. I need to have another good week, huh? Right. we in there though. We in there.
It's a long way to go.
Yep.
These games can go anyway. All right. So picks for week 11. Dallas versus Kansas City.
Woo,
Nick,
that's the toughest one to start with.
Dallas.
Can we end with that one?
Okay.
Let's end with that.
That's the last one.
Golly.
Pittsburgh versus the Chargers.
Give me the Chargers.
Were they playing?
Pittsburgh.
Is Ben gonna be back?
I don't think so. I'm going to Chargers.
You said they're playing in Pittsburgh?
They're playing in LA.
Oh, they're playing LA.
Yeah.
I feel like every time I pick the Chargers, they lose. But I'm gonna pick the Chargers.
Yeah, I'm picking the Chargers
without Big Ben and the fact that Rudolph couldn't beat goddamn Detroit, they took that game for granted.
They did, but then again, that's scary because it's Mike Tomlin. He'll have them come out playing like world beaters against the Chargers because they're on the road and they'll be focused.
Damn. I'll reserve if Big Ben play, I want to change this pick. So
it has to be before win, FIFO.
What was that?
It has to be before tip off.
Nah, because FIFO's was disallowed.
No, he did that on Sunday.
Yeah, I did it like the day of.
That's what he said before tip off.
Yeah, he changed one pick on Thursday.
That was allowed. We could change it on Thursday.
He picked it right before tip off on Sunday.
Yeah, because I picked it because I didn't know that.
I should know by Saturday.
No. That's what I'm saying. By Saturday, then, and I'm with you on that because I agree.
So we can change up to Saturday.
Up to Saturday.
I think we should be able to change up.
I say,
Saturday.
Yeah.
I'm with that.
Yeah.
As long as the game don't start.
Yeah. So I'm the same way. If Ben's plays, I'm gonna switch.
That's huge. Like because I definitely would have changed my pick if I saw Rodgers were playing from
Me too.
yeah. So,
Me too.
but I didn't send anything because it was Sunday when I found out. So
Yeah, I'm still taking the Chargers though.
all right. But yeah, they should. But I don't know, man. The Chargers been
Ooh,
playing like
drama.
trash. Indianapolis versus Buffalo.
They're in Buffalo.
Yep.
Give me the Bills.
Give me the Bills.
I'm going Indy.
It's a good pick.
I'm surprised Nick actually going Indy. As much should he be talking about Carson Wentz? Another Cincy game. Cincinnati versus
Why you keep putting them in there?
versus Las Vegas, especially with the way they've been playing.
Yeah.
That's a
Versus the Raiders.
That's a bad matchup.
That is. I think.
Damn. Because Cincinnati looked bad the last couple.
But I think they'll beat the Raiders. I
Nick
don't
got
have no
us
faith in
Cincy.
I don't have no faith in the Raiders.
Where are they playing?
Las
In
Vegas.
Vegas.
What are their records?
Let me see.
Give me Cincinnati.
Yeah, give me Cincinnati. I don't even need the
Damn,
Raiders.
so it's a sweep. Everybody going Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I
I hope we're wrong.
Yeah, the Raiders are 5-4, and they lost 2 in a row.
Mm-hmm. Both of them
But
lost
so
2 in a
is
row.
yep.
Mm-hmm.
But this is what the Raiders do, man. I guess they do that with or without Gruden.
Yeah.
Dallas versus Kansas City. This is probably game of the damn week.
It is. It definitely
It
is.
is.
Nick guys, Dallas.
And they're in Kansas City.
They are in Kansas City, Arrowhead.
Woo, boy, that's tough.
I'm gonna take Dallas too. Because of the defense. I think they could put up points with Kansas City,
Mm-hmm.
but when it comes down to it, I think Dallas's defense can get stops and stymie them versus that Kansas City defense. I think they gonna get ran up on, and I mean the score. That score. This shit might be like 38-42.
Who you got, Ken?
KC.
Yeah, I think I'm going KC as well. I thought I was gonna be the only one
on the same side.
I was hoping I was
on
gonna be the
same
only
side.
one.
I'm gonna have to change the pick.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think Mahomes. I think they may have figured it out, bro.
He done found something.
Yeah.
Watch us be wrong when they get beat 40-6.
Dallas is tough though. I almost went with Dallas because that's my Super Bowl pick, but man, I don't know. Yeah. So that's our picks. At least live. Subject to changing up until Saturday, given any news, COVID. Motherfuckers be going down with COVID and shit.
Oh, Clyde, that was hilarious. We'll be back. That was fresh. Appreciate that. I figured he'd be back at some point.
Let me see here. Anything in the NBA we need to discuss before
I'm gonna
we
read
get
a
out
couple
of
of
here?
these super chats real quick.
All right.
Tigolo Kane, what's up, Tigolo? Tigolo said, Harden said it's scary hours when he healthy, huh? What he did tonight, I didn't even see what Harden did tonight. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I don't think he did much of nothing, but let me ask y'all a question on that game real quick. What y'all think? Who's the best player right now, Steph or KD?
KD. And I know I said that relatively quick. I love Steph, but what KD is doing, I saw a stat and I was like, I don't think I've ever seen anything like this. So KD, I believe, is leading the league in scoring, at least at the time that I saw this particular stat. He is like top 10 in free throw. What was it? He's number 1 in scoring. Oh, what was the stat? It's something ridiculous where he's not even in the top 15 in shot attempts in the NBA, but is number 1 in scoring.
Mm-hmm.
He's also shooting 71% from the mid-range. Bruh. And I know Chef Curry is doing it, but it seems like what KD did against the Bucks, he's doing it to the rest of the NBA in the regular season.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how many of if y'all been watching the Nets, but bruh, KD and Steph are the 2 most unstoppable players right now in the NBA.
Yeah.
There's no defense for them. But I'm gonna say KD.
Who you got, Ken?
Steph.
There's no wrong
Steph.
answer here.
Yeah.
There's no wrong answer.
It's really not. I don't know. And I get it. Don't get me wrong. I love KD and everything he's doing. I just think it's Steph too right now. Steph is a man on a mission at this point.
It don't even seem like he on a mission, bro. It just seems like he's just playing.
And
Which
by
is
that, that's what I
crazy.
mean. For the first time, it seems like it's like autopilot. It's like we good.
Yeah, it's just like
Mhm.
like when you can tell when guys are like, nah, I got something to prove. Like when LeBron was like, nah, I'm gonna show all y'all. When KD was like, I'm gonna show all y'all. Steph, I like he's doing it, but he's not like I'm gonna go out here and destroy every single one of you.
Correct.
Now, if he got that mentality, like if remember what he did at the end of the season where he was trying to carry them to the playoffs?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Bro, this dude could be
Yeah,
insane.
Steph hasn't turned it on yet.
Right. Well, you're right.
That shit crazy.
You're right. You're
Yeah,
right. And they
like-
still winning. He's going 21 and they win the games.
He's playing within the confine. Like when you're a superstar basketball player, there are moments and times, if not series or games, that you just it's like, man, I don't give a fuck. What Kerr, shut the hell up. Clay, give me the fucking ball, move the hell out the way. I'ma just do what I do.
Mm-hmm.
Steph hasn't had to even do that yet.
Correct.
That's so scary. That is scary. Now KD has had to do that.
Yeah.
Because Harden is struggling, not getting to the free throw line and stuff like that. KD has had to carry more of a burden. But to me, the fact that KD is this efficient, to me, in my opinion, he's more efficient than Steph right now.
Right.
With more of a burden. Again, I don't know if y'all have watched KD, bro. KD is on another level right now.
Well, Steph beat him head to head, and I didn't watch the game, but I'm just looking at stats. Tonight, Steph clearly had the better game.
12 out of 19,
they came out
points.
with the victory. So 9 for 14 from 3. So this looks ridiculous. So once again, one game, but yeah,
LeBron may be back Friday.
Yep.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'd be off vacation.
That team, bro, we're gonna have to talk about them one day. I'm trying to give them some time. Zion is clear for one-on-one drills, so
yeah,
the next update will be November 24th. Let me tell y'all, if Zion's impact isn't noticed now, that team is garbage.
Yes, sir.
And I know you've been going in on Griffin. Bro, he has ruined every possible upside there was to the Pelicans.
Yes,
Correct.
100%.
And that was huge upside.
Year.
It was
1 year.
huge upside.
They could have been next.
Man.
Now they not.
One coaching decision, got rid of Lonzo. Oh, we got Lonzo too. Lonzo's not there, so his impact is felt. The
Correct.
lack thereof, and no Zion. Bi can't do shit.
Those are two huge pieces. I think you know what. To be quite honest, I think Lonzo's affecting them more than Zion. Period.
They would have more wins than they do now if Lonzo was at least playing.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, like I said, if you take the weight of those two. Yeah,
they at least 500 or a little bit above.
But Lonzo's defense, his on-ball defense, and all the stuff that he does, and added to that team, is sorely lacking.
100%. What you're seeing Lonzo do in Chicago is when you put Lonzo in a situation that adheres to his talents. The Pelicans were that. You have a Swiss Army knife power forward in Lonzo or in Zion that could do a little bit of everything: rebound, push the ball, shoot a set shot. You could give him the ball, pick and roll. You can do a lot of things. Bi is a scoring guy. Lonzo is a preeminent point guard. You have who's the other guy that came from Josh Hart, the two-way too.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like you had pieces and guys that are complementary. And we're seeing what Lonzo can be when you have guys that accentuate him being unselfish.
And they were knocking on the door.
Yeah.
They were knocking on the door.
And in one season, you hire the worst coaching, and I said it, and I'm not being hyperbolic. I'm being 100% honest about that. You hire one of the worst coaches in the NBA right now, He lasted literally one season. You got rid of a top 5 defensive point guard that is unselfish. How many point guards coming into the league right now are unselfish? I love De'Aaron Fox, but if he don't get 20 or 18, it's not a good game. Lonzo could score 8 and have a masterful game.
Correct.
There's not a lot of point guards that can do that in the NBA. That is a special talent.
Right. It is.
And then look at, I know I'm on my Lonzo Ball shit right now. Lonzo Ball came into the league. I want to say he was shooting 28 to 31% from three. Every single year, he has increased his 3-point percentage to the point where the man is over 40% this year. Over 40%
got
this
better
year.
too, right?
Huh?
His free throw shooting
That's
is better too.
Yeah. He's hovering real close to 8. I want to say he's between 74 and 77% from the free throw line.
Wasn't he like in the low sixes?
He was shooting damn near 50% when he came into the league.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
He's almost at 80%. He's shooting, I want to say, after last night's performance in LA, he's shooting 42% from 3.
Right, hey, salute to that brother, man, because he had a lot.
That's crazy.
And when he's with New Orleans, the worst head coach in basketball was like, no, let Zion bring up the ball. Let B.I. bring up the ball. You got like, what?
That's stupid.
Bro, I'm so mad for Zion's career. Because this is going to derail it to a degree. But it's a lot on Zion, too. He got to get the weight thing under control.
Yes, he does.
He got to get the weight thing under control. He got to get the injuries under control. The talent is there. But they have not nurtured that team. And that team is lost.
Yeah. Like, why would he want to come back to this?
Why?
So that's what. So now it's Zion watch. We got to look out for that, man.
It's a wrap.
You know,
it's over. He's gone.
3 wins. Come on, man.
Yeah,
I didn't know this. I just saw it on Bleacher Report that Cleveland put on a lower third as part of Kyle Kuzma. It says won an NBA championship thanks to LeBron James. On the news station, a news station did that. And Kyle fired back. He said, "City of Cleveland, we have something in common. Nice to meet you."
That's true.
That was funny.
That's 100% true.
Last thing I got. Finally, you got a super chat?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, go ahead.
But I was gonna say something funny too. They did a tribute to Pat Beverly, who went back to play. And
I saw
did
the
you see this?
Clippers.
Yeah, did you see the tribute?
Yeah, no buckets.
It was
all
no,
high fives.
no basketball highlights.
Oh, that's funny. Okay, I gotta watch that.
There was absolutely no basketball highlights whatsoever.
That's nice. That's funny. That's funny. Finally, it took fucking forever. Luke Walton is on the hot seat.
Oh wow! I thought you were gonna say he's fired.
No, but it's coming. And I wonder. I think we were talking about this on the show, like this whole Bagley thing. I don't think that sat well. And I gotta go to our Athletic and read the story on it. But it's funny. This story came out, and Marvin Bagley got like 17 minutes last night, or that last game they played. So I don't know if this is like it's a coincidence that happened, because I was like, oh, Bagley's on the court. That's weird. Why?
18 minutes.
Yeah. Like that's not. I don't know. I don't think that was garbage time. I ain't watched the game. I'm not watching the Kings like that.
I'm not either.
He had 9 shots attempts.
You know part of that though, Ken? Trade value.
I wonder that too.
They're trying to up the trade value.
Because they got to get rid of him, so you got to play him.
Yeah.
Look, Ken.
So when I saw he got minutes, I thought that was it. But now I see this, and I'm like, okay, now
it goes hand in hand.
What?
All of this stuff. Look, first and foremost,
you know what? Because you gotta trade him, because he may not even want to play for you anymore because of what. Yeah.
He doesn't. Yeah,
he doesn't want to, and you can't allow players to walk without any type of compensation in return. But first and foremost, Vivek Ranadive is the problem. That's number one. Vlade Divac is number 2.
Yeah.
Luke Walton is number 3.
Correct.
And then from there, mismanagement of talent. I don't understand why you go get Tyrese Halliburton when you have De'Aaron Fox, but he healed. Redundant. Even though his talent is different from those 3. Those 3 guards are all different, but why do I have 3 guards that should be starting?
Then Davion Mitchell right after that. Same thing.
mismanagement of talent.
It's too many guards.
And then you have Marvin Bagley. You drafted, was he like 4 years in the league now?
Mm-hmm.
What have you done to help this man improve from a talent perspective on the court? Now, I love De'Aaron Fox. I love Buddy Hield, right? But part of player progression is coaching. And you went and hired the second worst coach behind Stan Van Gundy. Probably the worst coach in front of Stan Van Gundy. Either way, you hire Luke Walton or Stan Van Gundy, you are not competing. It's a problem, man. It's a major problem. And Marvin Bagley, in my opinion, could have been one of the better bigs in the NBA. I'm not saying the best big in the NBA, but this man could be a 2010 guy. He can. You can't tell me Marvin Bagley coming out of Kentucky couldn't have been John Collins.
They're saying that I'm looking here.
Vlade is not there anymore. I forgot about that. I forgot he was gone.
Oh, he been gone?
Yeah.
When did they get rid of him?
A couple years ago.
They said that Bagley played because the Pistons are interested in him, so they played him in front of the Pistons.
Of course.
Oh, that makes sense.
Oh, yeah, I did see that. I did see that report. And whoever the hell the GM is there now, he a problem too. Get rid of him.
Vlade started it.
So, yeah, Vlade started that. Like, get rid of him too, man. Now Detroit get Marvin Bagley. I like that.
And you got a motivated Marvin Bagley at
Yes.
that. And that size don't do nothing but help.
Mm-hmm.
He would replace who's that? What's the big guy named the white guy they got? This white guy with long hair.
I know who you're talking about.
Played in Charlotte. But anyway, he would get those minutes. I can't think his name.
Damn, Buddy Hield has connected on more 3-pointers in his first 400 games than any other player.
Than Steph Curry.
Any other player. Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
But Steph missed a lot of games early on, though.
He did. He did. Ankle injuries. And who Steph is now was not Steph back then.
Nah, not this guy.
Nah, not like that. But yeah, man. So let's stay here, but move down the coast a little bit, or up the coast a little bit. Should have the Lakers taken Buddy Hield over Westbrook?
Yes.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah. We can never count LeBron out. They're 500 without him. But in terms of fit, it just I want to say yeah, because hindsight is 20/20, but also it could be very well the same damn thing with the way LeBron offenses work. LeBron AD, they dominate everything. Like there's no ball move. There's very little chance for these other guys to it's not like the Warriors. They just kind of stand in corners and wait for the ball.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, they probably would have got Buddy Hield, and in retrospect, it may look like it may be a better fit, but it probably could be the same damn thing.
Yeah, he may have been more uncomfortable there and not played Buddy Hield level basketball.
Mm-hmm. Just sitting in the corner. He could have turned into fucking Wayne Ellington.
Mm-hmm.
Wayne Ellington.
Or KCP?
Or KCP, yeah. So we don't really know. At least with Russ, you I don't know.
You can play stretches without LeBron, and you should be okay.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. I think so, but who knows? I hate watching LeBron offenses at times. It just look bad.
Yeah, it's just LeBron.
Yeah,
LeBron creates everything.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, but we'll see. But we'll see how they look when he gets back. I think that team is starting to figure some things out. And play. I think Vogel still got to figure out who he's going to play and who he isn't. He's playing this Austin Reeves kid, and I've watched him play. He don't look all impressed. He don't look like Caruso. Like when I watched Caruso play, I was like, I see why you're playing Caruso. When I watch Reeves play, like Reeves is closing games.
Yeah,
I'm like,
he is.
Why is he in here?
Like somebody out the stands.
Yeah. Come on, you got all these other guys. Out here, Rondo has looked good in stretches. But yeah, man. But Wayne Ellington, I liked him in spurts. I think Malik Monk could work well.
Malik Monk plays well
they
sometimes.
They gotta fucking sit Bazemore and get rid of him. They need somebody for defense. Bazemore looks bad.
THT played good last night.
THT is a baller.
He had 28 last night.
He's a baller.
He's gonna be the Caruso replacement.
He's the key. He's the key. But
they could have had them both.
Yeah, they could have had them both. But I think they'll work it out. Title contenders, I don't know. I don't see it yet.
I don't see it yet, but shit, this is LeBron's league still.
Yeah.
Titles go through
Is it?
LeBron. Yes, because let's be honest, there's not a greater winner than LeBron in the NBA still.
Mhm.
Steph is close. KD is a level behind. Both of them. Because of that, there's nobody in the NBA I trust more to making it to the promised land than LeBron.
He can get them there, but
winning it, I know that's a team thing.
Because
And he old now.
Mhm.
Even though physically he still can compete, it's
Because
a little different.
Because you're
different.
looking at now Westbrook, what you gonna do? You never know what you're gonna get with him, and then the others in that moment,
Mhm.
it's just like I don't know. Malik Monk and Wayne Ellington playing for a title.
Yeah, this is an odd cast of characters.
Shit.
It's like who the tall lefty that's not even in the NBA no more. He went to the Blazers after the Cleveland Cavs team. Remember when JR had the debacle?
Larry Nance, Larry Nance.
No, lefty. Perimeter shooter. He struggled mightily with
Rodney Hood.
Rodney Hood.
Yes.
Struggled mightily.
Yep.
Then it had that LeBron pressure. It's like, well, where the hell was that in the finals?
Mm-hmm.
So we shall see, Ken. We shall see if if they make the finals, if these others have the moxie to contribute.
That's the question.
Because not everybody think they
Russ got the moxie. It's just his decision making. Which is gonna
and we know AD's that guy. AD been there. He done proven himself. I'm not saying he is. There's a lot of players I would still take over him. Giannis, KD, Steph.
But he has proven himself on the big stage.
He has proven
big
himself
shots,
on the
game
100%.
winners. He has his playoff moments.
100%.
He has his flaws, but
that tire gonna blow out. That tire gonna no matter what. Every year he gonna blow a tire.
And he came out and had the nerve to chastise the team. I'm talking about, bro, what are you doing? Like you out there coasting, not wanting to be dominant. I don't know.
You should be leading this team to victory.
He should be at least putting up 35, 40 a night.
Right.
Until LeBron gets back.
Yeah, give me one of them, and then you can talk.
He trying to coast. But anyway, let's close out with the super chats.
Arterial Stover, what's happening, Arterial? He said, with the unprecedented amount of upsets so far this season, this is an NFL question, is this the most wide open season in NFL history?
Yes.
Every contender has at least one bad loss. You are 100% right, man. This has been one of the most exciting seasons, and it's full of parity. Because you really, like we talk about the MVP race, it's a different leading dog every week. Every week is somebody different that's making a difference. And we see flaws and weaknesses in all the teams that we mentioned that were our favorites to go into this thing. So it's wide open right now. It really, really is. And if you ask me to pick a champion today, I can't do it.
Yeah, it's tough.
I can't do it right now. It really just depends. And it depends, in the last the last quarter of the season, those last 5 games this year, because it's 17, that's what we're going to determine who the champion is. And right now, the champion is COVID. But yeah, you're right. I think this is the most parity we've seen in a long, long time. This may be it might be of all time. But I like what football is. I like the fact that there's drama every week. There's a new storyline. There's a new headline. I mean, I hate the injuries, don't get me wrong, but even that makes for something. The fact that Tennessee is playing without Derrick Henry, the Packers have to play sometimes without Aaron Rodgers. OBJ is traded. The big name is traded. We got a lot going on in the NFL still, and we're heating up in the NBA. So, yeah, I agree with that. Tracy G, what's happening, Tracy G? What's going on?
What up?
I know Tracy happy right now in Chicago. She said, I'm glad that Aaron Rodgers won, kept the trolls off his back for another week. You're 100% right.
COVID too?
Mm-hmm. That's it. Mr. Ant-Man, we appreciate you. You joined the membership. So we appreciate that, Mr. Ant-Man. You've been rocking with us. Appreciate the love, bro. Tracy G again. Tracy said, it is safe to say the LeBron is not a good GM. and that Lonzo is a for real baller brand status. Bulls Eastern Conference Finals. I didn't even know she was gonna say that next, but yeah. Yep.
She team Lonzo now that
Yes, she is. Yeah, she love Lonzo now, I'm sure. I got you, Tracy. Igwe Ike, he said, I never thought I would see the day that Ken would cap so hard for a white man till Baker Mayfield came
Out
in
of
the league.
all of them. Not even
Yes.
Tom Brady, not even A-Rod, but Baker motherfucking Mayfield. I should call him Baker No Field. Because he should be out the damn league.
I think y'all just misunderstanding my argument.
Okay.
That's
We
all.
you sound like people that you don't know him like I do. Oh. Sebastian Pierre. Sebastian, what's happening? Sebastian said, y'all acting like Baker ain't playing with a torn labrum. Yeah, I mean, sorry about that, Baker.
It looked the same with or
The
without.
same with or without. Yeah.
What you mean?
King Deal said FIFO, Dak had way better weapons than Jameis. Dak's worst receiver would be Jameis' best receiver. Don't fold on Jabu.
Nah, I feel that. Definitely Dallas has way more talent, but at the same time, you gotta see through that and see the plays that Dak is making. Dak has elevated.
Mm-hmm.
I think Jameis only had 3 picks this year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was playing well, man.
And he was doing without his number one receiver, so he does get
On
some.
top of that,
he got to get some leeway for that too. And he lost the number 2, which was Emmanuel Sanders, so he had to go into it shorthanded.
Oh man, damn.
He's a Buffalo Bill now, and the third receiver was hurt at the beginning of the year, so he was without all his wide receivers basically. I mean, he had to start over. Joshua Jericho Apollosack said, "It's a good question, Joshua." He said, "Debo or Cup?"
Debo Samuels. Give me Debo.
That's a good one.
Oh, now you want to go back to black?
Huh?
Give me Debo just because he's on my fantasy team. But I would say now he wants to back the black man again.
Oh, that he trying to come back on our side.
Give me Debo just because he's on my fantasy team. He been balling.
Man, yeah, I was gonna say Debo is more dynamic. Cup is consistent though, so he's making things happen. But Debo has been consistent too.
Yeah,
so he's
Cup
more dynamic.
is a better route runner. Debo is a running back that plays wide receiver. So the ball in his hand,
because they even put him in the backfield and was running them same 3 plays I talked about.
He plays with a reckless abandon that you rarely see wide receivers play with.
That's an ugly schedule for them without Embiid. That's gonna be rough. They got probably 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 wins out of that. If I'm adding the Hawks, maybe at 4.
They're not beating the Hawks without Embiid.
Timberwolves,
they could
beat
the Timberwolves. They could beat the Kings.
And it was one other team,
Charlotte. But Charlotte's competing against everybody.
Nah, yeah, that's that. I don't. Without Embiid, I don't see them beating Charlotte.
When will Embiid be coming back? He'll be back before then. No, he's
how long is he gone?
He's only gone to 10 days, right? Ain't he out for?
Is it COVID?
I thought he was.
Oh well.
What is Embiid out for, chat? Because I can't remember. I thought he was out for COVID.
You might be. I think you're right, actually.
So I think he'll be back.
Well,
this is only temporary. Tigolo said, we're going to start dialogue. George or Lillard?
Paul George?
Paul George, I think is what he's talking about. You talking about Paul George, right?
Of course, that's the only George that is relevant in the NBA. But in terms of what? Like, what are we talking about? Who's better?
I'm going Lillard.
Yeah, give me Lillard with even the struggles. But if we're talking about who's having a better season, obviously Paul George. Mm-hmm. But I don't understand the context of the question.
This year, give me Paul George. Arterial Stover, he's been a member for 2 months. Appreciate that. He said Frank Gore versus Deron Williams. Who y'all taking?
He's on for Kansas City?
Yeah, they are fighting.
Yeah, that's a fight.
Oh.
They're boxing on the undercard of the...
You talking about running back Frank Gore is fighting?
Yeah, they're boxing on the undercard.
A lot of these athletes, it looks like that's a trend developing. Athletes turning to fighting.
Yeah, that's Frank Gore all day.
Hey, man, that man from Miami, bro. 305 till I die.
Frank Gore just looked like a monster. Deron Williams looked like he be
Hey,
brushing.
let me
He'll
tell
be
you
spending more
something.
time brushing his hair than training.
Let me tell you something. We played football against that man in high school. Frank Gore is the truth.
I believe it. I wish he was still in the league, man. I kind of wanted him to break Emmett's record. I know it was going to be hard to do,
Mm-hmm.
but I just wanted him to get some more yards because I think he's. Well,
Is he a Hall of Famer?
I would think so. Yes, because he's up there on
Mm.
that rushing list. So I
He
would think so.
is.
Where is he ranked now in the rushing list?
He gotta be top 5, top 3.
Uh, yeah, he's up there. Now it's the only person we got left to try to catch him now is
It's gonna be Derrick Henry.
who?
Derrick Henry.
If he can stay healthy.
If he can stay healthy.
Yeah, Frank Gore is third right now on the all-time rushing list, and he was 2,000 behind Emmitt Smith. So that's why I wanted him to stay in the league a little bit longer. I know we we're gonna get 2,000 yards, but I kind of was hoping he could latch on.
Mm-hmm.
Adrian Peterson is fifth right now.
Okay. Well, thank you all for the super chats. Thank you guys for joining us this evening. We appreciate it. And thank you to all the subscribers. Thank you to all the members. Thank you to everyone that shows up and watched this live or after it goes live. And thank you to everybody that signed up, that listens to the podcast as well. That's going to do it for us this week. We'll be back Tuesday, 9:30 p.m. is the target time. But yeah, there will be no show this Thursday or next Thursday, but you will still hear from us next Tuesday at 9:30 p.m. Until then, we'll catch you guys later. We out. Peace.
And if y'all get a chance, man, share this please with somebody to get them on with us. We're trying to grow the channel. So as much support as we can get, man, we'd appreciate very, very much, man. So share it on your pages if you can. Share it on your Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, wherever you can. And bring somebody on with you next week. Appreciate you. What up, Tiglo?
Who's Martin for Philly? Because he has one of the ugliest jumpers. He's been shooting a lot this game.
Martin?
Yeah, like